No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I'm in here. It's supposed to be just a Big Folks interview, but we got Bandman Kevo as part of the deal.
You dig?
How y'all doing?
Doing great.
Great.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Look like you're doing good.
Third interview for the day, you know?
Oh, shit, you burnt out then.
Nah, I'm still roasting through a single iced coffee, so I should be all right.
Yeah.
What were you guys talking about before I came in here? You made it sound like you got some heat.
Oh, no, he was asking me about one of our big YouTube friends and a situation that happened in L.A. that I saved him for.
What was that?
Got him out of real jam.
You want to tell us all about it?
I mean, I don't give a yeah.
Might as well.
I mean, still a lot of people, though. I love him, but at the same time, I saved him from a girl out here was trying to, I don't want to use the word extort him for $200,000, but he wanted to come hang out, and he usually don't hang out. He hadn't been outside in 8 years. This is a couple years ago. CJ's so cool.
Okay.
A couple years ago, you know, he really don't get out of that character and out of that house with those kids and royalty at that time.
He's kind of doing like the Family Man
yeah, at that
channel.
time, right? So he come out visit Kevo in L.A., a little trip. And Kevo always have a bunch of girls, like 10, 20 girls at these Airbnbs when we there fucking around or whatever.
Sounds like a liability, man.
Yeah, liability, but with me, we good.
Okay.
We overly good, especially right here in L.A. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, man, he can't relax. Wanted him, Shaggy, a couple of YouTubers and they was all hanging out and shit. But CJ hadn't been out. He hadn't been around on royalty in 8 years, literally. So, bam, now my little buddy D, I'm gonna call her D, Destiny, my little buddy, because he's my little buddy. We used to rob together out here. Now, she was from Crazy Girl. She was a real skinny. She was really like a little tadpole years ago. No, for real. She was horrible, like a pencil. But when we came back by now, I don't even know. Kevo calling the girl, she's just one of the girls. She looks like Cardi B now. She got her body, her whole shit. She looks just like Cardi B. No
Leveled
shit.
up.
I just showed family. So she leveled up, bam. So bam, I see her, you know, I didn't even notice her. And this somebody that know my daughter was born and all type of shit. So we used to, when we came to LA, she used to keep our boxes in her crib, shipping us shit. And she was our homie from right here. So she over there now, she a changed woman, you know, she got her body done and this and that, cool. Now, bam, she go in the room with Kevo. Kevo just shout out, because Kevo, he got 2, 3 of them running in and out, bam. Now, CJ, he want to act bad. He got his Versace shit on, you know what I'm saying? He outside, he ready to act bad. He ain't had nothing in 8 years. Destiny go in the room with him. He want to hit her raw, whatever. This is what she said, because, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going against my CJ, but
Right.
This is what was said. I just know what was transpired, to where I know that she was back and forth in the room. He was coming out like overly on the bitch and just tweaking. And so she found her moves. No, she found her moves. So he's like, she said, like, the told her, like, I don't want to wear no rubber. Can I not wear a rubber? Can I bust in you? And this the best thing I ever had in my life. And I'm looking like, she was amazed, because she knows she just an LA little street. She just got her body done. You know, she just know me from robbing.
Like follow me back type shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Follow me.
Yeah, like that.
Like basically, like she was basically trying to say he showed the IG type.
Yeah, but
And then when she seen that, she seen money. You feel me? So I'm like, you know, after we hit it, just like, okay, here, it's your turn type shit. If you taking too long in the room, right? I'm like, man, what folks doing type shit. So, you know, they get done. She walked out. It was like
when she walked out the room, I'm downstairs.
With a big ass smile.
When we in these places, we be highly secure. I don't really do too much party and all that. So when they doing, we in a mansion. So I see her walk out the room and high five her friend, and I'm like, damn. And that's what made me. I'm like, and I say her name, and she looked at me like Big Folks, like what? See each other in a couple years. Like what the? And then the high five got real spooky to me. Like, damn, Destiny, what you on type shit. So, bam, everything, CJ come out the room, I'm in love, you really know her, and oh my God, and just can't believe it. I know like this and that. I'm looking like, you don't really, this got made up. This is a whole robber. She robbed Armenians and Russians. Like, she got Target, but she want bags. We go get bags. So, it's a long story short, bam, we all leave, everybody back. 2 days later. What about 2 weeks later? Or
it was like damn near 3 weeks later.
I don't know, but I get a call.
It was the screenshots, bro.
Yeah.
It was a lot of screenshots.
Yeah, a lot of screenshots between her and him about her letting her know that she got pregnant. And that, you know, she wanted to go to the tabloids or
like,
then it got to, she wanted some signal, she wanted 200 bands. Not to say that she was extorting or whatever she felt. She said at the time, she just felt like, well, she knew she couldn't out him. He was still with royalty and had shit going on. Just pay her, she'd go away. So I mean, you know, I had to wind up. Long story short, he ain't give her $1, and it went away, and the world never heard about that till now. But I'm only saying it because we were just talking about CJ.
But I kind of feel bad for his wife. Like, his wife is going to find out about him cheating right now for the first time?
Yeah, that's going to be the first time. But her because he left her already.
Yeah.
Oh, he left her.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was out
I don't follow him too
He
closely. Okay.
Yeah, he was out there complaining about the bitches believing black magic and witchcraft, and he need to get his soul back away from the bitch. Like some real. He was on some real shit. That's why we even like, yeah, get you some pussy and eat some tacos and like really hang out. Like, get your soul back.
Because it was like
that type
this
of
though,
shit.
like let's say if me and you somewhere, right, and we like, all right, we about to go out to eat, and you be like, oh, well, usually my girl cooks. What going out to eat, or my girl washes, or my girl does this, or my girl. So it was like basically
a child
dependent on this girl. You know what I mean? So we was I was just trying to help him break out of that shell type shit. Like, bro, you need to, if you ain't happy over here, you need to go ahead and like live life because you're getting older.
But you think that you need to cheat on your wife in order to be free?
No,
if your wife believes in black magic, if your wife tells you, you know, Jay-Z's really a woman and Beyonce's really a man,
Oh,
and then the mama is second the emotion and sitting in the back praying over little weird shit and this and that, then yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like maybe a girl that was worth cheating on. Yeah.
Yeah, like get the fuck away from her.
It was just
like go to God and cheat on her.
It was
You know
just
what I'm saying?
basically, I felt like they both wasn't happy. That's why today they not together today. You understand what I'm saying?
Because
like,
I follow him, but I subscribe to him on YouTube. I almost never watch his videos, so I see the thumbnails, I see what he got going on, but I never like really watch it. I'll maybe watch like 2 or 3 over the years.
Oh, that's
So,
all.
I mean, like I said,
got much love for him,
I
though,
looked
but he
at
put
him-
himself in some bad positions with the people he allowed in his life.
Really?
Yeah.
After this? Or are you
Even
talking
after
about with
you
this
see-
Destiny girl?
this was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
After this, you see he got shot up in his house and
Really?
the shit. You must not be caught up on the
I'm
shit.
not.
The royalty bitch, they've been falling out arguing, and insurance policies worth $9 million, and beneficiaries, and him getting shot up, and text messages and some strange ass fake NFL, fake nigga that got kicked off the NFL. Now he just running around trying to hit licks and got us smoking cigarettes. And so it
Man,
sounds like a bunch of, you know, it sounds like,
basically, I feel like
if you smoke cigarettes and you got somebody and you a beneficiary on a motherfucking $9 million policy, you might contemplate on killing that person, is what I'm saying.
But I feel like the dude, this is what I feel like with their situation. I feel like that the dude that she's with right now, well, she's trying to ruin his image, I think. Well, he's trying to ruin her image. You kind of get what I'm saying?
I mean, he
Like,
killed
she's mad-
the image because the channel that she tried to take the kids and go do with some new Skype and all this dumbass shit. Once CJ got a deal for his YouTube channel, you know, they gave him some bread. So her whole thing, you know, CJ, everything, the bank account, everything is in CJ shit. She was like a dumb bitch that then you gonna put all your kids on the show and you ain't got no paperwork or nothing tying their ass directly to the money. Then you want to do stupid black magic big shit, I guess, and be like, oh, well, my kids is the one who did this and that. Well, I'm the one who did the business. I'm the one who run these cameras. I'm the one that CJ was telling us, like, he has to force those kids to, at that time, to get up and kind of like, come on, let's film, let's do this and that.
So
like, he's really doing
So what
that.
I told him is just you'll be better off just going to hire a group of kids and making the show more fun, or without her kids. You separate that
Hire
problem.
some kids.
No, seriously.
I mean, if you already got 8 million subscribers and you got this show and they looking for the fucking kids.
I would
you
never
some
even
kids.
think of that. I would just think, oh, I gotta have kids. I gotta find a girl who's right
you-
for
I mean,
a
but
kid.
look,
And yeah.
this is what I told him. I say, if you want to separate yourself, go have more kids. But for right now, kids are watching your show for a reason. Go hire 4 or 5 kids and go have fun and continue to create
Yeah, 'cause
games,
that's what
do
the show's
fun
about,
stuff,
yeah.
stuff like that.
But your fans are gonna be confused how you just all of a sudden have a 4-year-old.
I get it. No. But look, I get it. I get it. But at the same time, do you want to deal with those problems, or do you want to just lie to your fans?
No,
and
you
say,
just
"This
call
my
them- you just
cousin,
call those
this
kids
my
to see
nephew,
they so cool
this my-"
gang.
You
Shit.
know what I'm saying? It's just a group of kids.
I do not envy anybody who has to make content out of their family life. Like seeing how crazy this shit gets, I feel very thankful that I get to come here, sit down, talk to people, and then I go home and my girl and my kid is just a separate
Yeah,
thing. Now, granted,
yeah,
like me
yeah,
and my girl,
for
we do
real,
porn and
for
shit
real.
like that.
That's
So
real.
it is a little bit of a blurry line. But man, like I
They
look
get a
at
little
that.
freaky at home.
Well, no, we don't really do anything at the house.
They get boring. That's why I
she
was-
got her own
it's
house.
like boring as hell.
She got a separate house that we do the fucking in.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so we got a little bit of a different
Y'all got the
situation.
baby
going
girl,
on.
and it can't be wild,
Yeah,
silly
yeah,
wild. Y'all
that's
got to be
weird.
real parents.
I heard you could have the Child Protective Services show up at your house if they think that you're filming porn while your kids are home.
Oh, well, true.
What?
Which we don't do it anyway. But when I heard that, I was like, well, thank God
so
we
you
don't do
telling
it.
me if I'm in the house with my wife and we want to make a sex video, but our baby is there, can we get arrested type shit?
I don't know if you can get arrested, but I've heard that people have had their crib ran up in by Child Protective Services for this. Me and my girl have maybe like filmed some shit on the iPhone once the kid was in bed.
Right.
But for the most part, we don't really do anything unless
Right,
we're
right,
at a separate residence.
Yeah. Smart.
Well, that's smart. Shit, and safe to protect yourself because you got a lot of fucking haters.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll be sitting left, right over there.
So what's new with you guys? What's going on?
This music shit. We getting back into this music shit.
Yeah, I've been jumping back into the music. You know, I just got into it with Gunna and shit. You know, I gave Gunna $250. Where really I spent $300,000.
So break it down. You paid him for that verse how long ago?
That was last year.
It was
Before he got picked up?
A week before he got picked up.
A week before.
Maybe yeah. About
No. It was about 3 weeks before he got picked up. So let me tell you exactly what happened. This is you're gonna be the first to hear.
Let's hear it. I would love to hear it.
Listen. So I was trying to see. I was gonna get Lil Baby at first. Lil Baby said he wanted 400,000. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do Gunna. Gunna want 250.
And are these people that you have actual friendships with, or is this more like just randomly talking to them?
I don't really deal with like rappers like that too much because I'm strictly, you know, in the education world. I feel like the education world makes more money than rappers, so I try to stick over. But at the same time, I still want to be in the rap field because it's still catching a
part of the
culture and business, mixing them both together.
Right.
So I say Gunna is cheaper. I'm gonna do Gunna and take the rest of the money and put it into marketing. So I went through Duke, you know what I mean? Duke put Young Thug on the phone, me, Young Thug, Duke, FaceTiming, you know what I mean? I didn't even talk to Gunna yet, but I tell Thug and Duke like I want to feature with Gunna. And he like, oh yeah, Slime will make that happen, let's do it. They like, man, he wanted me to fly him to Miami in a private jet and all types of shit. I'm like, man, fool, I'm giving you the 250 and that's it. You gonna have to come get this bread, or however you want it. You want a wire, you want all my money is legal. So how you want the money, man? I got to get cash. So I had to go to the bank. I had to give them bread like that. So they come, Duke come, he get half, show that I was serious.
And this
boom.
is for the song and the video.
Yeah, this is for the song and the video. Okay. Yes. So boom, he did the song
and the release of the song
and the clearance, all that. Clearance. You know what I mean? Everything was cool. You know what I mean? His manager, Ebony, what's her last name? I don't know her. It's like Ward. Whoever Gunna manager is, black lady. You feel me? She was like, well, you know, this was after he get locked up right after the video. The video out, I'm ready to release it through Motown because I'm signed to Motown. I got a label deal through Motown. Okay. So for anybody that don't know, that's why we looking for real good artists. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So long story short, she like, oh well, yeah, Gunna just got locked up. Da, 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 da. So I'm just like, shit, I could still release the track. Who cares if Gunna just got locked up? You know what I mean? She like, well, you know, they could be looking at the lyrics of the song. I said, okay.
But in comparison to every other song you ever put out,
that's what I said. I'm like, we ain't talking about some damn money in the song.
He's got hundreds of songs out.
I'm getting the racks alone and all this shit. Right, she like, well, just give us time. So guess what? I patiently waited. I even did an interview damn near in December still when he wasn't even out yet about him. Like, well, maybe he ain't
trying
snitching.
To defend him. Like,
maybe he ain't snitching. Maybe he ain't this and maybe he ain't that. I'm like, he might be coming home soon. Boom, gonna take the plea deal or whatever, he get out. Now, I'm just confused because I'm just like, damn, like you took the plea deal and you know what I mean? And you looking like you told on Thug and it's kind of just like, man, bro, you feel me? Like, and then I remind you, I still didn't press on asking my money back yet. I said, hey, Ebony, what's up with the clearance? Oh, well, you know, Gunna just got out. Can we got proof of everything. Mm-hmm. She like, can you just give him some more time? I'm like, we just gave y'all a whole year. Like damn near a year and a half type shit. So after that, so I'm steady pressing the issue about this and that. And then they're like, well, you know, Gunna don't got no money right now. You know, he spent a lot of money on lawyers and this and that. And we just like, all right, man. Like
a lot of other people suing them and shit.
So some niggas from 300, what's his name, Jonas or whoever, reached out to a motherfucker like, yeah, you know, a lot of people want their money back, and we didn't know it was going to go like this. And I'm like, listen, bro, just run my bread back before I go super harder on shit, you know, because I didn't diss the man yet. I ain't like I'm making a million songs and doing a crazy million interviews on them or nothing like that. It's just give me the money how I gave you the money. You feel me? On some professional business shit. Because right now you looking like y'all scamming over there. Whoever you signed to,
300.
Ebony and all the rest of these people, is looking like it's some scam shit going on. Like y'all taking artists' money.
I know they keep selling.
And I got a great lawyer, so it's like I got the side artist agreement. It wasn't done. It wasn't done weird or anything like that. It was done right. You feel me? They know what they doing. The lawyers was there. Oh yeah, we got clearance. We got that. That was one of the whole reasons why the deal even went through, even with Motown as well. You feel me? Because I had the songs, I had the streams, and the record. You know what I mean? So they seeing and believing that, oh, he's willing to invest in himself.
Yeah, they're giving distribution.
So with that being said, it's kind of like, it's like, okay, cool. I can sue you and say I could have made $7-8 million at this, because where I was going to take the record, I could be touring off the record. Maybe I could be doing this, I could be doing that. But at the same time, it's just like either get the money back or I'm gonna spend another $250 to try to make you look horrible as possible.
You told his manager that?
Yes, I don't care. You know what I mean? They know this. So
they got everybody involved.
It's kind of like this.
Kevin Lyles the other day.
It's like, bro, listen. It's kind of like I will spend another $250 to make sure you continue to look worse as possible, bro. Like worse. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, just run my bread. You feel me? If you got it, if you say you got it like that. You know what I mean? But it kind of blew me though, because he dropped a song and I seen that old Maybach in there.
Man, that Porsche, and I was gone when I seen the Porsche. I said,
because it was like, yeah, Gunna, back. You know, flexing his whole car collection. And I was like, ain't that the same Maybach and a Porsche that when he was out, when he first, that was like 2 years ago. That was in 2019 or 2020. So I'm just like, damn, he really fucked up. But whatever it is.
Nobody never said Gunna can't rap. Gunna is cold. That's the reason why I fucking gave him the 250.
I actually really love the project.
Listen. We didn't say Gunna was weak.
Right.
I don't care if Gunna snitch. Just get my money back.
Yeah, ain't nobody even dissing his ass, nigga.
It's just like,
we ain't gonna diss him motherfucker. We gave 250 cash to.
You not finna.
But whatever you got going on, little buddy, get this shit out the way. Get the financial shit out the way. You know, you dealing with a lot, like they say.
I just don't want nobody.
Like Kevin Lyles say, you're dealing with a lot, and he needs some friends. Everybody's just coming at him. We don't give a fuck.
See, I'm trying to be a Gunna friend.
None of them motherfuckers pay us.
To get in.
Get in the way. You don't got no money. You gonna be borrowing shit from your ass. You gonna be like a pissed off on no jumper, cursing them out.
Because when you listen to somebody rap about how much money and clothes and everything that they got for all these years,
how long you been in this business?
You kind of think that they got like 10 million plus, right? And then some shit happens, and you kind of realize like, oh damn, you might have had $1 million or $2 million. And they're
not good. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
You can be a rapper.
All, when you're signed to a motherfucker, they might got the 10 million.
That's what I'm saying. You got to realize Gunna is signed to Thug. So Gunna works for Thug. You get it? So his money ain't that crazy anyways. Yeah, Gunna got more fame.
He got some money though. He got some money.
Yeah, he got some money.
I believe he definitely got some money. He definitely got some money. He did a lot of touring. He did shit to make money. But he's probably put out a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He probably, you take in, if you even made $1 million real quick, taxes, then all your fake homies and all these niggas you got to pay because you ain't really slime, but you want to say you slime, and all that shit costs, and that shit add up, and that shit delete fast. That's why you would get a Maybach, and you had to be stuck with that motherfucker for 5 years and shit. Oh,
that's why I leave.
They done changed body style 6 times since that old.
I mean, what I do. This is what I do every year. They come out with a new one. I get the newest year. I go stay under 10,000 miles, and just keep building up my credit. You know what I mean? I mean, like I don't go see a lot of rappers are rappers. They're not businessmen. You know what I mean? That's what they need to become. They need to take business classes so they can be smart out here to be able to invest, save money, and know how to
structure.
That's
deals.
why when you go to court or do this or do that, you lose all your money and all these people. You know you got to get his motherfucker 250 back and know you played and know he can just put all types of lawyers. Because I can sit back and just have hella lawyers on them and just say, man, you know what? I need 10 million because maybe I could have made 10 million or whatever. You feel me?
Just keep suing them.
So it's kind of like, bro, like, I ain't, like I said, I'm not knocking that he can't rap. I'm not saying this and that. Everybody's seen, the proof is the telling shit that's out there.
And really, to be honest, for Gunna, if he ever hear this, I think the negligence was on Ebony, his management, because he did what he's supposed to do, to be honest.
He did. No, I ain't gonna lie.
His job. He's a signed artist. He got paid for a service through his label. They have to, you know what I'm saying, whatever they didn't get or the manager didn't get or whatever, like they said in the beginning, they got discombobulated because that happened so fast to them. So now they not thinking about no Kevo, no 250,000. They thinking about the millions of dollars. They thinking about these albums they owe people. They like, damn, we just dug ourselves in a fucking hole.
Then there's another thing we was talking about, me and him. We was just like, I ain't not even on no racist shit though, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, this is a black lady, you know what I'm saying, running your shit, you know what I'm saying? While you locked up, you don't know what's really going on, and She just telling you. She's not even caring or anything.
Because she talked to black people and they got money or feel like they from Chicago or hood and this that, she don't know how educated they is in certain situations to where she make herself all that overly degreed out as I work for the label and this and that. Then you talking to people that own shit though. But it's like you ain't making no fucking sense, and then you trying to make up excuses about 250,000. But then y'all get out and say to the world, "Oh, he got new whips, he got this, he got that," and you know Gunna and trying to put out an album like he's still on top of shit. He fucked up. The album could be nice. Nobody said his music. He always been a dope artist. But now we got to ask his integrity as the streets, as the culture. Fuck the streets. The streets are over.
But so you dropped the video and you chose to basically censor his face out with the rat head.
So no, look, I got the video with Gunna. You know what I'm saying? I still got the whole video. I just didn't release it because it's just like ain't no reason to release it. I ain't got no clearance, which they told us we had clearance, but then I guess they took the clearance back after the court case. And I went on and dropped the video, but I put a little cameo in it just with something covering. I'm not going to say it's Gunna. It's just a mouse over it. Yeah. It could be anybody.
Right.
But at the same time, that doesn't mean that, because I did that. That's not a diss. A diss song is when people making diss songs about you and talking about you and me spending big budgets on the internet every day, paying a shade room, paying this blog every day. Talking about literally clout chasing every day, like on the blogs, you know what I mean? Because I got the money to do it. Like, so it's kind of like I can really capitalize off your name without the feature. So you might as well just pay me my money.
Yeah, just being attached to the situation.
Right.
Literally everything that he do, I could just I don't care what people say.
I've always seen you doing that, and I'm somebody who, like, I've never been on the Shade Room, but I've never really been able to think of like what I would pay them to necessarily post. But you kind of have that down to a science, right?
Bro, me and him be thinking, bro, man, I can make myself go viral off Gunna tomorrow just off of just off little things. Cause I just know how to do it. So
and
it's kind of
channels to put them.
But
through.
I don't be like I said, I be wanting to clean like the way I gave you the money, give my money back. I don't got nothing to say. I don't care if you're a rat, none of that type of stuff. Now, if y'all ask me about him and say something like, well, what you think? Well, yeah, he told, okay, you know, but it's still, I don't really care, but I will make everybody care with my money. Because it's not like he's worth more than me. His net worth is only $4 million.
What's your net worth?
I mean, that's cool.
Mine's like 13 million.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
When did you start that practice of sort of like, because it's like you pay for coverage and then that gets you non-paid coverage, right? Like, you know, you pay for all the Shade Room stuff and everything, and then that makes people actually have like a genuine interest in you that kind of converts to what, like,
this is what I like.
Money.
This is what I like. So if I go viral, somebody talks about me, everybody gets to start talking jokes, right? But then you might have a few people that's going to go look at my page and go and listen to my videos or watch my videos or go to my OnlyFans and be like, damn, this dude really smart as hell. What are they talking about? So then they find out that they're just trolling, and then I get more money off of it. So whether it's negative, and it seems so negative on the internet, it's really not. That's why I'm getting a new Rolls Royce. That's why I'm getting a new Spectrum. That's why I'm getting a new Ferrari truck. That's why I get new jewelry every time you see me.
That's why I got a house built in the side of a mountain.
Yeah, this is why you will see this, because going viral, good or bad, gets you paid if you know how to capitalize.
Ain't no such thing as bad press. Being in the media, you in one of the powerfulest spots in the world to control narratives and what people hear daily.
Even like
it's
doctors.
like being CNN or Fox News.
Yeah.
Like, this is you the new
You're
Fox
making me
News.
think that I'm not using my power enough.
You ain't. If I was you,
just
please.
think about it like this, right?
You're not.
So you know, like as far as surgery, right? Why every doctor want to pay me all these millions of dollars for me to be the head of their place?
Really?
Ain't that crazy? I'll give you $5 million. I'll give you this. I'll give you that. Just because I had surgery, and most men don't come out saying that they had your Dr. Pham. He out of Orlando.
Go look him up
but
on
just know that these doctors got a lot of money, and men do not want to come out and say, "Oh, I got lipo." So I'm willing to do that. They'll be willing to pay. You understand what I'm saying?
I see you had Wack on here. That's our nigga, and Wack getting it done.
Yeah.
He on point for his shit. His shit already paid for and everything. He already on point.
Wax getting his body done?
Yeah.
He's getting lipo?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that gonna look like? He look like a cannonball right now.
He gonna, I feel like he gonna look good though, bro. Like no homo. I feel like this. I'm even making sure he get his shit done.
Yeah, my
you know
shit
what I
paid
mean?
for too. So Charleston White, cock ring Charlie. He always talk about big titty folks in my body. Nigga, I lost like 150 pounds. I got a kidney transplant.
But
I'm gonna get my body right so I can go down there and fuck on that railroad bitch that he got.
Oh, you talking about with the steel toe boots?
The bitch with the steel toe boots and the motherfucking paper
the hard hands.
Yeah, that bitch.
Like a man.
That's why he had to oil himself up and jerk himself off, because her hands are so like sandpaper. He oils his whole body up. He got a little Mr. Burns body and his little pecker with the cock ring on it and shit.
Wait, you're talking about Charleston White's? You're talking about Charleston White?
Yeah, his wife.
His wife has.
She works on the railroad.
She works on a railroad.
Yeah,
she has sandpaper hands, big steel toe boots, and Wrangler jeans. Yeah, that's her.
And she was like, "Yeah, my man." And remember, he was with the little prostitute bitch. She was in the back of the Mustang. Remember? And she still like.
I heard this bitch be fucking Mr. Henry at the railroad station too. So I know it's gonna be funny to the world, but they gonna be like, "Damn, how the fuck do he know about Mr. Henry?"
Wait, so when did the Charleston White thing become a big issue for you guys?
One day Charleston White was on live. I think Kevo had got on his live and they be on that joking because Charleston White been fucking with him for years or whatever. Cool, just whatever. But this day, Charleston White must have hit his little crack pipe or something he smoked. And he went crazy. And he got to talking about he's going to kill Kevo mama if he ever had to fight him. And matter of fact, let me call my homie Dewberry. Matter of fact, Kevo ain't got no demons with him. He ain't nobody fuck with Kevo, this and that. But he don't know Kevo whole manners is all that, fam. Like something that you wouldn't even believe. It's like, and the shit that Kevo did in Chicago, creating car cracking and doing all that, he gave these little kids that you talk to every day a new lane. They don't sell drugs. This is the nigga that helped invent that shit in Chicago.
But cracking cars is about just as dangerous at a certain point.
That element is because they had that money.
Yeah, it was. Well, there
were glory days.
Them boys was getting lifetime, boy.
Yeah, look, they still getting like.
When I was doing credit card fraud, people were getting like nothing when they got caught back in the day.
So it's a difference. It's credit card fraud. It's credit cards and it's debit cards. So credit cards is identity theft, forgery, and fraud. Debit cards is just bank fraud, because in order for me to crack your card, I need your PIN. You understand what I'm saying? So people get that confused. Using a credit card to go get McDonald's and go get socks and cologne and all that, that's goofy. You can get 3 years mandatory minimum for that. Just going to get some socks. But in order for me to crack your card, I need your debit card and your PIN. So it carries less time because you did it with me.
Damn. So you really feel like you started it in Chicago? Who else
I honestly don't feel like nobody was bigger than me.
He glorified it to the point where he made the drug dealers like niggas like me at the time that really had real bags look like, what the fuck is he sitting up doing? He come and we knew at this club, Adriana's. Anybody from Chicago, if they can't date back to they was balling at Adriana's, they probably ain't really too nothing in Chicago. They just really probably just some new rappers and just playing. Okay. But at Adriana's, that's what Ari and all them. That's where they come from. This club where. This shit was this. If you go in that bitch capping and shit on nights, you know what I'm saying? You the man. This one I had Lil Mouse. We had Gucci Man, Jeezy, all of them used to be coming there doing shows with Lil Mouse. He used to headline these shows. But I used to get mad at the club on the Den. Shout out Den. Like, why the fuck do you keep playing this nigga Bandman Kevo music all the time? Why we got a song that's going double diamond with Lil Wayne. You play that shit about 4 times and this and that. But I keep hearing this Baller in Me. This other song, they think they gonna rob us.
Music?
Yeah.
Man, you paid them to where they played the shit almost all night type shit.
I was making so much money though, bro, that to the point where I went to every club. I wanted to meet every owner. I wanted to meet every DJ. I wanted to make sure every stripper knew me. I wanted to go to every restaurant and make sure every single waiter and every single host had money. I don't care if I had to give them $100. This was back in 2007, 8, 9, 10. $50,000, $100,000 in those times is like $500,000 in them times. I was the first with the Gallardo, with the Maserati, with the Audi, with 3-4 condos, 16400, 15900, 14200 at this, because I have me and my baby mama stay at this condo. This would be my whole house. This would be a house where my homies would kick it at. You know what I'm saying? So I was like that, bro, like wow, like that. Then we use hotels. That's what we use for Wi-Fi type shit. It was wild. It was real. But when I see these little scammers, they ain't on anything. You know what I'm saying? When I be looking like
everybody in Chicago wanted to kidnap them niggas. Everybody used to stalk the currency exchanges and shit. That was like a thing.
I never hear anyone from Chicago talk about scamming anymore. Is it just is it over or
scamming is the new PPP ERC?
What do you mean by that? Because PPP was huge for a while, but that's over right now, right?
Well, people are now getting caught. So if any,
for stuff they did a couple years ago.
Yeah. So the PPP loan was set up for people to do it to go to jail later. They made it so easy. Just like the ERC. Now the ERC is legal. The PPP.
And what is ERC?
The ERC is if you got 20 or more employees, you can basically get $30,000 each employee right now. If you were infected in 2021,
and it's a grant you don't got to pay back.
Yeah. If you were infected, if you were infected in 2021,
no jumper went down in 2021 because of COVID. You can just file for it right now. Like it'll be perfect for it. Like,
and they'll give you a bag right now, literally. Yeah. And people right now, you either are making commission off of it, or people are doing it illegally under their names with profiles, and But I got a lot of that stuff on my OnlyFans, so that's why I make so much money, because I talk about that type of stuff on my OnlyFans. Like, well, people is doing this like this, and they doing that like that. This is legal. This is illegal. But this is the new wave of how people is making so much money. You feel me? So it just. But as you see, everybody who was doing the PPP loan, they going to jail. You know what I mean? It just backed up, real backed up right now. But everybody
they going after motherfuckers that got a certain amount off of motherfuckers.
Right. And it was crazy because everybody was doing it and thinking that because they didn't get caught that month or like a 6-month scam that they were good.
It don't work like that. Yeah. Just like me, I was scamming and I got caught 5 years later.
Right. So, you had really been clean for 5 years? Or like mostly clean?
I'm saying though, I was scamming. I started early and I got caught up in what, 2013, 14. That's when I got caught.
I forget though. How long do you have to go sit down for?
3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
And you were plotting on. Did you know that OnlyFans was going to be how you got to the bag after that?
No, I was just reading a whole lot of books, and I knew I was like, man, bro, once you get real focused, you like, damn, there's really money out here. Like, and I'm in there teaching people and talking to people in jail, like the same way I'm talking to y'all about, different types of ways to get business credit, different types of ways to get this, telling them about that. And I'm like, man, I could get paid for talking about all this. Whether it's OnlyFans, whether it's my own website, whether
it's taught in school, so
you know what I mean. So people are like, oh shit, bro, my credit really went up. Oh, I really learned this. I really learned that. I really made $1,000, $10,000, $20,000. You know what I mean. So now that's why I start offering mentorships. That's why you see me on all these trips and doing this and that, because people are really paying to know certain people, which is connections of. This person might know how to do this. This person might can set you up for this. I could probably help you get this quicker. You know what I mean? Because it's all about relationships.
Me and you have completely different mentalities on putting yourself out there as a successful person, though, because a lot of times I feel like I'm very much like going out of my way to dress like a super normal person and to not present myself as fancy or anything like that. Yeah. And sometimes I think like, if I were to have like all the jewelry right now that you have, I'm sure I could afford it.
Yeah.
I don't. To me, it feels like a liability because I'm going to be constantly thinking about getting ran down on and somebody trying to take it. But it's great promotion and marketing. And like in hip hop, people would probably think like the general perception of me would probably be that I'm way more successful if I just had a big chain with a cartoon of myself like you got right now.
It's not that, because it's also your race though. So Grant Cardone, right?
Yeah.
So Grant Cardone, I will look at you as Grant Cardone. So you wouldn't have the big chain. You would have the jet.
Yeah,
because you only put 20% down on the jet. You would have the yacht. You only put 20% down on the yacht. So when we're watching Adam's story, him, his girl, and his baby is on a private jet. They on a yacht. They got this big ass house. But it's all for content.
You kind of got to be paying attention to my shit to be like, oh, he just went on vacation for a month with his girl, and they were staying in 5-star hotels and yada yada yada. You know,
for sure.
I was in first class on all the flights on that, and I didn't even post it one time. I don't think.
See.
Damn,
I seen you and your baby. I was on like an Emirates flight.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, she was late.
That's very important though, because if you don't post it, I don't think you did it. Yeah. Well, everybody that you
get motherfuckers to thinking that you just some shabby white boy sitting up here playing games and no jumper and just on your little podcast.
My goal is to stack money so that at some point I could be out the way not really even have to think about doing podcasts.
But you will by also people enjoying your lifestyle. Do you know Manny Koshman?
No.
I feel like they show these crazy lifestyles and they get more and more and more investors, because if I'm a billionaire and I see the way that Adam move, I'm going to invest in you because I like the way you move. I like the way you run your podcast. I like the way
your podcast is already successful. So
it's like, oh my God, let me give them $5 billion because I got $300 billion. You know what I mean? It's because they're looking for more people that's similar to them.
And they want to latch on.
You know what I mean?
People bored when they got a lot of money. You should know that by now.
Just like when we go to
latch on to shit.
But you want to know who really gets bored when they're having money is people that aren't famous at all. People that just have money
people.
and then they have no status.
But those
Bro,
the
I
real
have
rich.
status, but I'm not really like trying to inflate it, but I'm used to being, well known and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not really trying to like chase more of that because I see the problems that come with it. And if anything, I want to stay a little bit more low key because I'm not trying to like even just jewelry as an
So you
example.
telling me that you are putting limitations on yourself?
Yeah, because like, look,
For sure, yeah.
like
I used to spend a lot of money on like designer, not a lot, but like I used to do more
I'm
of
just
that.
saying, not even now. I'm just saying, like it seems like you trying to limit yourself for how far that God really trying to take you.
Yeah, because you can
It's
go
like you trying to
big.
thumb it down to like satisfy your audience or something. Like if you going to the moon, nigga, go to the moon.
I actually
Yeah.
do think in the long run, though, my relationship with my audience would probably be better the more normal I seem. Whereas if I came in just wearing crazy ass shit every day,
but then that's not even. They'll be like that ain't even Adam because you ain't never.
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
they
So it's
kinda
like,
can
they'll be
tell that
thrown
that's
off.
not who I really
I
am.
feel like how you are is not the
This how
jury.
Kevo always been. In the streets of
just
there.
me.
It comes off as authentic, yeah.
So it'd be like
You
I
imagine
just tell
Kevo coming in with a lumberjack shirt on and just you gonna be like,
Yeah,
what the-
you
This
gonna-
is literally an Amazon.
No, you know what you gonna say? If I came in like that, Adam, you're going to say I went broke.
you gonna say he's on drugs? You gonna say all
Because
type of
once you
shit.
get on that rat race, then you got to keep it going.
Exactly. So, but also it's going to help you make more money because, like I said, it's a whole lot
you
of
play it
people
smart, it's
know.
gonna help you elevate. It ain't gonna.
Okay,
it ain't
if
If
gonna
I got
make you-
50,000 on my neck, somebody gonna come and take it, or I'm gonna need security with me all
No,
the
for
time,
sure,
or
for
I'm
sure.
gonna have to be blammed up
Depend-
everywhere I
depend
go,
on
which
how
I
you
don't
move.
want that responsibility.
No, for sure. But at the same time, status brings that too. Somebody might want to get
Hell
fame
yeah.
off you.
But
Somebody
there's a
might-
lot less of a reason to kill
Hell
me right
no,
now.
you
know?
famous.
They- the
Famous is worse than a motherfucker having a
They
diamond
be like, oh,
necklace.
Adam. Oh, like, bro, I be having on nothing.
If you was in the hood, you'll be worth 1,000,000 points.
But
Yes.
I'm
to kill you, it'll be just. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, but
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
it ain't
really
just about the change.
I'm not stressing somebody breaking into my crib because literally, if somebody breaks into my crib, they're gonna get some Gucci polos, and that's about it. Like I don't really like
Yeah, for
have
sure.
anything
Don't
that
say
they
that,
could
Adam.
take.
You got all type of shit in the crib because they breaking that stuff and shit. We got to get to the insurance. Or we got to tell them all the Balenci's and Gucci's and Louis that we
yeah.
brought. That
They
nobody
break into my
saw.
crib, they're gonna be let down. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck did we hop this gate for?"
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking shit.
No, for sure though.
I don't know. Okay.
But that's good that you good with life, with living kind of. Well, I don't want to say normal, but just being at ease with what you do, how you go.
I went on a podcast, like a financial podcast, a couple of maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, and I knew when I went to this podcast that the motherfucker always clickbaits it by saying some shit about so and so makes X amount of dollars, and I went on there and he said, "How much money do you make?" And I actually kept it real at that time, and I was like, "I have months where I hit $1 million in a month," and the motherfucker titled it that, which I knew that he was going to do that. That's why I said it. And I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like it created jealousy and envy from a lot of people around me. Not necessarily my employees, but other people who are on the channel and stuff. Who,
because you come from that grimy audience, they don't care about money. Your audience don't give a fuck about no money.
well, the audience was probably impressed, but there was people around me who are working for me that I'm paying $80 grand a year, and then they start feeling a certain way because they feel like, oh, I want to get to $1 million, and I don't see how I'm going to advance to that. Whereas the truth is that like. I mean, good fucking luck. Like it's just like it's taken years and years of hard work for me to get my shit where it's
motherfuckers. They
at.
be like, "Go do what I did."
Yeah.
Then you'll
Yeah,
get there.
exactly.
That's simple. It
I had
ain't
to
no.
grind
It
again.
ain't no argument. Go do what I did. Follow my lead.
But then they
and go
want to do
that.
that. Then they want to dip out and they want to try to do that, and it's just gonna
Then
be
it
a
might
lot
not
harder
work.
than
It might
yeah.
work. I mean, then they find out the things that you have to find out coming up.
Yeah.
The struggles you let. Sometimes you got to let people go through their struggles.
Yeah.
If they chasing what you got or trying to do what what I'm saying, go ahead.
But
See?
okay, let's have that conversation. So when all the hosts left No Jumper or whatever, I forget exactly what situation led to it, but you did a Say Cheese interview, and and I felt like you were kind of unfair in a sense because I always said Bandman Kevo got lipo. He did not get a BBL, which was this big viral meme joke thing for a little while. I was like, I can't imagine that he would get a BBL. Why the fuck would Bandman Kevo want to have a big juicy ass? That don't really make any sense to me. I understand. And when I looked at it, it's like all the photos are just like you with a six pack, and I'm like, that doesn't make me think that he got a BBL. It makes me think he had the fat ripped out of his stomach. And I've had this conversation on here many times because people always, even FYBJ Main from Chicago was just on here. I don't think the clip came out yet, but he was saying like, did Bandman Kevo get a BBL? And I was like, no, he got lipo. But you seem to be like reacting to me as if I was pushing the narrative that you had a BBL when I never said that, and I never would be under the impression that that would be something that any straight dude.
So look,
Saucy Santana, he be doing it. He's on a different type of level.
So look, let me tell you why me and Big Folks thought that, because it was the person that you was putting on the show that was pushing the narrative. So I was
Flakko,
thinking.
yeah.
So I was like,
or no, okay, 16.
So I was basically like, maybe
you kind of No Jumper kind of helped create that.
So look, let me tell you, Adam.
I don't even think I was on that episode.
So look, Adam. So let me tell you. No, he wasn't. So listen, let me tell you. So I was like, damn. Because you know me and Big Folks can't coming out with a podcast. I was like, if somebody didn't like Adam and had a whole lot of negative shit to say, and we just had them just on the podcast just study saying stuff about Adam, how would he feel about that? You understand what I'm saying? Especially a regular person who ain't nowhere near on this level at all. I'm like, damn, Adam really trying to help this person. No matter if I sent you a long ass text message or this or whatever it is, bro, it's still at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You know, a person that's trying to get some clout, which I understand.
But wasn't Flakko on there defending you and saying that wasn't the case?
I fuck with Flakko. I fuck with Flakko. I'm just basically saying like, that's the only reason why people was really just hating and saying anything when it's just strictly just lipo. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was just like, damn, what's the Adam type shit? You know what I'm saying? That's why we was like,
it looked like that you was trying to help kind of bring Kevo down, but not you personally, but letting the motherfucker come on this big platform. And we know in Chicago, as you can see now, since you left your little money and they ain't been trying to help people and worried about your little shit, his shit then went from it's over with.
I mean, he's still doing some popping shit, right?
He's still trying to do shit. Nothing's popping for him. What's popping?
I'm not even gonna let it pop.
Tell me the last popping thing.
You're not gonna let him. You hating on him big time. Anybody who fucks with him, you getting in the middle of it?
This is basically what I'm saying. It's nothing like that. It's just not gonna go nowhere because you try to.
Look, I don't give a fuck about him. I'm cool with Gabby and what's his name and little Tip. Gabby and Tip.
Who's that?
Some people that he try to hide from the world, but he don't understand that if you from Chicago and Big Folks, like I know everybody.
Right.
So shout out to Gabby and Tip.
Yeah, Tip.
I don't know who that is.
He do.
You'll find out.
Is that his family or something?
Nah.
You just find out.
He gonna call. He gonna send you a text message about him. But shout out to them girls though, because they reached out. They want management. They trying to model and this and that. Some little cute bitches.
But okay, then the next interesting development with 16 is that he went and I don't know, not dated, but like started doing content with your ex Dime, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, presumably piping her down, right? Like, was this like a big revenge plot? And how much did that bother you?
Well, to be honest, me and Dime, we really wasn't on that talking level, so it was
you
kind
were
of
already done with it, right?
It was a content plot.
So basically, Dime was like this, like so. You remember when I was messing with Kayla Nicole or whatever?
Right.
She was basically like, well, I'm gonna start talking to somebody and this and that. You know, I didn't care. I wasn't even staying with her. I let her have her own crib, stuff like
The thing
that.
she did with 16, she tried to do with Kayla Nicole first. She shot it down.
Yeah, Kayla Nicole said,
Like,
no,
I'm not doing no gay relationship.
So then she was like, well, I'm gonna just pay somebody and this and that. So that's why she did what she did with dude. But
she sold her watch. Then her chain was a moissanite chain, so they couldn't get no money. But that money from that watch, she paid 16 a couple thousand to do a fake relationship and to get her known. Because what other reason would 16 have to interview Dime, even though she Kevo's baby
Just to
mama,
talk shit about him, right?
Yeah,
no, but you gotta think.
He gave her a 16-part interview. Like he tried to.
I know so many clips about it.
He tried to overdo it. I get it and all this and that, but he kind of fucked himself up by chasing that. Like leave that alone.
You gotta realize like
because
this though. At the end of
motherfuckers got bread over here. So motherfuckers gonna be able to go to long, like we can go forever for the rest of your life.
This thing though, Adam, right? So if you do, let's say if you do something, no matter what you do, nobody's gonna really forget about what you do. Like when you trying to play with the money type shit. So it's kind of like this. It's
like
just
no 16 had a whole girlfriend through there and everything. This was like a real plot, like some real goofy shit. He never fucked her. He never did none of that shit was true.
I got six baby mamas.
I could bring her on here now.
Six?
Shit.
So by him saying that I did this with this baby, I don't care what a baby mama do. I got
and
six
it was a baby
of them.
mama he had put
and
out.
I got a new one on the way.
Imagine she was just on the shade room imagine this shit. You just was on the shade room a couple weeks ago before the 16 shit get to come about, talking about you homeless and Kevo put you out and this and that.
You remember that?
Now here come I'm in a relationship with 16. It's like, do you do content, don't you?
Yeah.
It was a shot for 16 to try to go viral. The next thing when the Kevo shit kind of wasn't working, what did he do? He used your platform to come over here and spit on Flakko, which was a very viral moment.
Right.
It ain't about he didn't even feel like he didn't want to fight Flakko, none of that shit. Like Flakko just told me, the niggas called him talking about get on Discord with me and let's try to.
But to be fair, I felt like as much as I wanted to defend my employee because I thought I have a relationship with Flakko, I still kind of felt like Flakko had it coming. Like it felt genuine that he spit on him.
But if that's your employee, Adam,
I didn't like to see it. I'm just saying. By that point in the conversation, Flakko had called him a clout chaser and all these names so many times that it felt genuine.
But I know,
but guess what? Just like the lady and the 14-year-old son just got off their body, because you know what? Those are just words. Flakko just talking. But the one time they become assault, a physical exchange, I spit on this and that.
Totally over the line. I agree.
Then you a company. If like I'm in Flakko life now, but if I was in Flakko life then, it's almost like, Adam, you almost got to be scared because I might sue you for workers' comp or something because your employee just got assaulted on your show. You're supposed to protect them. They're not supposed to get hurt on the job.
That's why we had AD sitting there and he had to intervene.
You know what I'm saying?
Although, to be fair, I thought
really
AD was just going to be acting as like an intermediary on a jousting verbal level, not a physical level.
That's why I was mad as well, though. I was like, okay, boom, Flakko got spit on. Then, damn. Adam allowed the man to come back on the show.
Keep coming back,
shit.
like repeat, like.
But did 16 come back after that? I don't think so.
A couple times.
Did he really?
Yeah, like 3 times.
Remember, you let him interview you on the show. He was so depressed. You was trying to help him out, and the shit was just flopping and flopping. That's why you do not remember it because it was all
because it was pointless. So you got to realize like this though. So now you got to realize like this. Now you see the level up. If you go to my page from everything that was happening, look at the newer cars, the newer trips, the newer clothes. Then you got to go look at somebody else's shit. They're still the same.
You got to go look at 16 shit, decline. Look at damn shit, decline.
You get what I'm saying? And the way, I didn't like the way that they try to narrate it off like, yeah, Kevo's wife, yeah, Kevo this, yeah, Kevo that. Like, no, bro, this is a pointless, nothing girl that I didn't even fuck with all the way. You get what I'm saying? But they was trying to make it seem like that.
I ain't gonna lie, Adam. I was trying to be real because we was making so much money. Like, Kevo, just buy her a house, because she do got the baby. Buy her a house somewhere, put up, and that's, she got offered a house out in Texas for it was like $300,000. So, those houses are pretty nice out there if they cost about that much. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and live your life. Shit, you got a boy, if it's 16, 15, whatever the fuck it is, go live your life. She didn't want that. She went to the shade room. She wanted media press. She wanted the content. She wanted to stay in the life to where it's like, well, Kayla Nicole was going to have me doing content because that's the reason why he even got caught up with Kayla Nicole fucking this little ugly bitch because he was trying to get damn on. Well, he's already on. OnlyFans been busting $1 million a month.
You got to think like this, though. I was only doing that to help her out. You get what I'm saying?
To help her become
but to be honest, not because of this my girl and this. If you ask bro, the whole time we was in Miami, I think I only came home out of 6 months twice.
So now that becomes.
So how was that my girl?
Then
and
it becomes dumb because it's like you paying for this penthouse ass crib over this costing this X amount of dollars. She not cleaning it up. She unhappy. She calling back to Chicago every day to us, complaining about this plane. He don't come home. He never come home. She don't want to clean up the house. It was. I ain't gonna lie. That little time she was down there with him, it was reckless for me because she had call. You know what I'm saying? Calling me all day long.
He never comes home.
So it's like, all right, Kevo. So Kevo's like, cool. I'm about to go get my own condo down here, and I'm gonna get her one. Kevo condo became available sooner than the one she had. So then she was staying at the fucking SLS for like a month. So you know how much that costs, right? But
it
she
was almost $8,000 a week.
The world, she was homeless.
It was $8,000 a week, and she was like, "Oh well, I don't want. This is not a home," and it was a furnished fucking. It was a furnished Airbnb.
But this is why you need to not nut in random girls, right? And create baby mamas left and right.
Real shit.
But at the same time, women are women.
Sometimes you can get on that
emotions.
Shit, don't
emotions come. I mean, we don't know what these females could possibly do. Nobody knows.
That's true.
Just look at what's a basketball player?
Zion Williamson.
No. The light skin, Stephen Curry.
Okay.
Oh my God! You think he thought that having a baby by this woman and she was gonna do him like that?
What did she do to him?
She cheated on him.
Oh, okay.
But nobody knows what a girl might do. We don't know
if they're ambitious.
But at the same time, it's not like this was my woman and I was with her and I was in love with her or anything. It was like, do whatever you gonna do. I don't care. And then they planned the cameraman and her dad, like, well, let's say this and plot that. You're not going to get too far off the money. Nobody has money. Y'all just trying to scramble.
You know why the truth to this is like you always say, a lie gonna run out. You know what I'm saying? The truth gonna stay there. So we telling y'all like, man, this shit a bunch of goofy ass line, this and that. And a motherfucker don't never see a motherfucker decline, the bag never go. Matter of fact, the bag elevate. Matter of fact, the BBL joke, becomes worth a $2-3 million deal with a bunch of fucking doctors out of nowhere that we was nowhere near thinking about. Like,
it all turned around for the better. Like everybody who talked about me damn near fell off and declined.
And then what I get from Chicago is a bunch of calls from notable people. Like shout out my girl Chella H, shout out DJ U and all them calling me, asking me like, well, 16 is scared for his life and I never, motherfuckers really never threatened his life or nothing like that. It's just the person who motherfucker is in Chicago. Then when you go home and you find out, but you got to keep this image up on the internet till almost you dig in your own grave. I don't have to say one more word about you. You get on people like my manager, Miss Natural, that's on Johnson's Cabaret. He get on her live yesterday talking about your manager's a bitch. And like she told him, she a whole female, she's like, get the fuck off here before you get your little ass whooped. You a little kid. He's almost like a little kid to where we come from. See what I'm saying?
My thing is, as me doing what I do, I would like to come outside. I wouldn't want to have to sit in my room all day and hide and can't go to events.
Man, became a fucking Twitch after that shit. You see what's going on?
In hiding?
Man, I mean,
bro.
Somebody told me that the narrative is that when 16 left Chicago, that DJU took over the local rapper interview.
No.
He nothing like
DJU took the shit out his mouth in front of the world. Why he was doing all this shit with y'all up here, no jumper, trying to chase Kevo and the BM and all that. 16. I mean, DJU was building his empire behind his back. He was talking to me.
See, I didn't scope that. I thought
you got to go back to DJU. First interview with a GD was with me. I flew into Miami. Boom. We in Miami. We on a yacht.
Yep.
I was his first interview with a GD. That was his introduction to take over the city. So now he interviewed everybody. He's just not with the BDs because he was King Von.
So DJU is a plant that you put in there to take out 16?
I mean,
you can't come a plant.
Now listen, not a plant, but DJU will tell you, no, DJU was doing what he was doing, but that specific play right there, for him to take the dynamics out of his mouth, yeah, big folks help orchestrate that.
You got to realize too, though, like
you know what? Everybody coming to DJU. Everybody. To where you even hear people saying it like, yeah, DJU.
You see what you're doing right now? You see what you're doing with us? You see what DJU doing with his people? You're not going to see dude do that.
Really?
You're too scared. You can't talk shit about somebody, bro. And then about everybody, just not me, but everybody, and playing on the internet and all this, and think you about to sit and do an interview at a location. That ain't never gonna happen.
Then he be like, we ain't his words. He got other shit like people that Cairo interview. They've been told him to take that shit down. And he just trying to just rather lose his life. Well, I ain't gonna say lose his life, but he ready to risk it all to keep it up. They don't fuck with that. Cairo was tweaking whatever the fuck he did on his interview.
Cairo was trying to get him to take down the interview.
Or
the other side, the people he was talking about.
I ain't gonna say the other side. I think it's a mutual thing because I think they just still together. Ain't no other side. That's what people get confused.
Cairo's still rolling around with Herbo?
I think they still people. They family still.
Yeah.
Really?
Just because we have an argument don't make us like this Chicago different. G. We'll get into it. We'll get into it right now. Have a fight scuffle and be right back. And you'll be thinking like you'll be with him thinking like, yeah, fuck big folks. Tomorrow now you dead because
like,
he told, hey, man,
tell folks ass take that goofy ass interview down, folks. Type shit.
Like, yeah, get rid of that goofy ass interview. You know, you might be fucking up that relationship with that. They might have made amends by now or something. Like, man, get that goofy ass shit out of here. Tell dude goofy ass take that shit down.
But like I said, the best thing about life is being able to go out and enjoy life, being able to go to events.
Yeah, then if you rep a city, you want to be able to like really show like you could go outside and do an interview in the middle of the street on Halsted or something if you that plug.
Right. Yeah. At a certain point, who was trying to start the rumor that you had a gay thing going on with the Groovin' Gorilla?
That was 16.
I don't know.
He was trying to push that narrative?
That was 16.
Yeah, that was fake.
I always had a hard time believing that.
Goofy as hell. Nah, Groovy Gorilla, I seen him say something about it on one of his shows. You ain't never
I ain't even really know that a nigga said that. But I mean, I felt like he was pushing narratives to try to get on. He want to get on. He can't get on.
Looking for that viral moment.
Kevo put him on. Matter of fact, we ain't going to even say Kevo put him on. We going to say, damn, really put him on.
Yeah. She tried to.
I feel like a lot of people found out from the Cairo shit, right?
No.
That's how he became.
No. We gonna say this.
Shit.
It's Cairo put Cairo on from that. I didn't know about the damn cameraman and didn't give a fuck when I watched the Cairo interview. True. We talking about getting on. The reason why he's on people's discords, the reason why he's doing what he's doing is because of the dime thing. So I feel like he owe her and me, like, you know what I'm saying, fame. We basically put him on, basically. You feel me? And he's still not on.
Because other than that, that was an exciting time for him. You want to hear what he's going back and forth with this and that. Now it's like, what are we waiting to hear from? You waiting to see if he can have Tay Savage interview again and this and that. He only can interview a motherfucker once or twice. Like, people is getting tired of seeing all y'all interview the same people from Chicago.
How do you feel about the Tay Savage Blasian Doll thing? He's been basically trolling her about the death of her mother.
Bitch. I mean, no. I thought you said Asian doll. You talking about Shorty from the crib and shit. That's their business. You know what I'm saying?
For the people who don't know what we're talking about, basically like Blazing Doll's an up-and-coming Chicago
Blazing
rapper.
Doll, yeah, she's from Chicago.
And her mother was allegedly, you know, a gang member and everything and was involved in some murders and stuff. And at a certain point, Tay Savage gets out of jail after doing like 10 years in prison. And he beat the murder of her mom, but then he had to go sit down for some other stuff. But then he's been like posting Blazing Doll's music and kind of trolling her, doing music with all of her ops and shit like that.
I'm gonna say it like this: in the day and age we live in now, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's good content.
Yeah,
because that's the world we live in now.
Seems a little cruel to me, but
I mean, shit, it's a cruel world.
Right.
It might have been cruel to him because he ain't do it, and they got him sitting in there for it. How about that? Or you know, what I'm saying,
it just is wild because it's like, why is Chicago always at the cusp of like the most fucked up shit that we can think of?
I mean, I don't know, Adam. I just can't let you do Chicago like that because LA just is worse.
Yeah,
you'll probably make it more in Chicago if you had your jewelry and living your life in Chicago downtown with this podcast, and you're sitting right here in LA with it. You sit right here, have to worry about our gang structure. It's not like that. Can't no bunch of niggas in no group that ain't got no fucking money to press shit.
We don't have like famous killers.
I mean, we don't really have famous killers. We got some rappers that
we find out about it after the fact. But in LA, I don't know. I mean, there's nobody
you never know shit.
Maybe there are. Maybe I'm just not tapped in enough. But like, never in my whole time doing interviews have I met somebody and had one of the other guys tell me like, "Yo, he got 5 bodies. He be clapping everybody out here." I'm sure that there's little people like that. But in terms of like people being so open about
I know
it,
a lot
shit,
of them out here.
Shit, maybe you do. Maybe people just aren't telling me because they know I'm the wrong person to tell.
Yeah, what they telling you for?
I'll make a video about it. I'll make a TikTok.
That's why they gonna tell you.
Just kidding.
That's why
guys.
they not gonna tell you.
Definitely. Well, speaking of famous killers, you kind of made some waves when you had a clip the other day talking about how you caught 2 bodies back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You want
Double murder.
to give us a little bit of a rundown of how this went, just for people who haven't seen it?
Oh yeah, I got when I was 17, 18, 17.
Mm-hmm. You got kidnapped.
I was getting to some real paper. It was a real dope money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, 2 motherfuckers that was from my area had came home from jail. And they was kind of like jealous that I wouldn't let them kind of in, like in this certain building I was in.
Mm-hmm.
I was in that bitch by myself. They didn't want, they wanted to get in there and get to it. But then one thing led to another, where they brought something from me and tried to come back, act like the shit wasn't right. But then turn around, they didn't even, like I just get back, I give you money. Like then it got like that. Then it got to like on some pulling out guns on me one night, but we used to have security in our building. So the first night they came and pulled guns on me, because I used to be a greedy little nigga. I'm in a building at 2, 3 in the morning by myself, no security or nothing, because I didn't give a fuck. I was trying to get the bag. So the first night they came, motherfucker in the building on security chased their ass out with the shotgun. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is y'all doing, pulling out guns?
Security.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So they left that night. They came back I'm back in there the next night because I don't give a fuck. I'm really getting to some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Plus we be having security in our building. So I'm like, shit, I'm in there. They come back, bam, they got me though, because security done dipped off, so I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They done walked me out the building with 2 guns, one in my head, one in my stomach, you know what I'm saying? But then they throw me in the back seat of the car. And I had, at the time, you know what I'm saying, we was in the building serving at night. The police would just ride past with that big ass light and be like, raise up our coats to see if we had guns on our waistband. So we started wrapping them around our arms, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Put shit around our arms and shit. They threw me in the backseat of the car and shit, because they see I had no gun on me, what they thought. And I had that motherfucker in here. They threw me in the backseat of the car and tried to take me from the south side of Chicago to the west side. They took me to the west side of Chicago. The whole ride, they just steady talking about money. I'm telling their ass, like, listen, man, motherfuckers can work it out. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, like, man, like don't do this, because, man, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so about time they got to, like, asking me about my people and some money and shit like that, I'm like, man, like, what the fuck is up? You know what I'm saying? They pull in a dark alley. And then I see, the whole time they got the gun on me. They never take the gun off me. Like the passenger sitting like on his knee damn near with the gun pointing at me, like, to where I'm like this with my hands. Like I couldn't move my hands. But they hit an alley on the west side of Chicago, dark as hell, off Costner and Jackson, damn near, niggas from out west know. Dark as hell behind them gas stations and shit. So I already knew what time it was. Like, damn, these niggas really about to try to kill me. So it was like, bam, so fam, like, yeah, pull right there. So it's like when I by the time dude, I think I forgot exactly what he told me, some shit like, yeah, it's like, well, fuck the money then. And like this was like, they was just about to kill you type shit. By then I had just got there, like I just watched, I wiggled that bitch out of my sleeve, like, that dude, I gave him one last time out. I'm like, man, y'all, man, let me out this motherfucker, bro. Y'all tripping, man, motherfucker, give y'all whatever y'all, you know what I'm saying? I thought, hell no, shorty woo woo. And then he got the gun like that, then he made the motion out. Bam! Shot him 5 times in his head, the passenger. So his shit went everywhere. The driver tried to take off in the car, woo. So instantly, I didn't even hesitate. Bam, 3 to the top of his head. The car drove off, bam, crashed into a brownstone, a big-ass building, brownstone. We was in a big-ass Lincoln, though. So the car, they bodies got decomposed, like super smashed, like it was horrible.
Like a smash burger.
Yeah, like literally. So they the front of a big-ass Lincoln Town car smashed all the way to the back seat where I was sitting at.
Wow.
So it wasn't that, you know what I'm saying?
What did you do at that point? Did you just like fucking call the cops or wait
no.
around for him?
I was on the west side of Chicago. It was about 2 a.m. Shout out to them niggas on the west side. It was some nigga back then, this was like 99, and the nigga on them 96 Impalas and shit, teal green 96 Impala was coming down Jackson. And I'm like, damn, I had hopped out the car. Like, what the fuck? I had lost the shoe. My gun was lost. Everything was lost in the car. It was over. It's like, I see my shoe. I grabbed my shoe on some Air Max. I'll never forget. Grab my shoe. Like, fuck. Blood everywhere. They pull up. The car pull up to the accident scene. Like, what the fuck? Like, shorty, what? They like, what the fuck going on? Then the dude like, you okay? You just had a car accident? Like, cause you couldn't see the bodies. It was so, the car was just, they're like, how the fuck is you living, shorty? I had a white Coogee sweater on. So it was like red blood was all over it. So I'm, damn. Fam, get out. The bitch that was in the car with him get out like, I started screaming like, it's some people that ain't dead. Oh my God. So dude, like these are some regular street motherfuckers just driving through like and stop, some hood motherfuckers. Dude that's like, man, shorty, what the fuck? Then he look at me, I look at him. I'm like, I'm from the low end, I'm from the project. I'm like, bro, like they kidnapped me and brought me out. Y'all need to get back home to my people, bro. Like, get me the fuck from, you know what I'm saying? Fam was like, he was looking scared, old girl looking scared. They like, and I'm looking like, come on, cause like I know like it's dark. It's like, come on, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, y'all gonna take me? So they like get in the car. And they shot a motherfucker back. Matter of fact, I had a little bitch out west. They dropped me over her crib. And then her mama, I walked to their door bloody and shit, 3 a.m. They screaming. They shoot me back to the crib.
So you didn't have to face charges for this or anything?
Yeah.
You did?
I was in the county for 2 years.
How did you end up getting
beat in self-defense.
Oh, you beat in self-defense. But
how did they
how'd you end up getting arrested? Yeah.
They got arrested because the 2 guys who was dead, they went to their people house the next morning. Mind you, we in the same building. They went to their people house that next day, his girl crib. And his girl, when they showed him like the pictures of the smashed body, she couldn't identify him, but she know the cop. She's like, oh, that's Sean. That's the boy Sean that be selling their ass to work. And they like, Sean, who was that? They like, no, they said they 2 names. And she's like, oh, how? She's like, they was on the way to meet him about some drug deal that went wrong.
Why are girls always talking?
So, and this bitch worked at the Durkison building. That's the Fed building. So it was a lot of bullshit involved because she was an employee at ass, but she smoked crack. She was one of my, they used to smoke, you know what I'm saying?
They didn't drug test the employees?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was like that. Like, I'm going to tell you how my trial went. She had to come get on my trial. My lawyer fucked off. They made her do a drug test then. She lost her job and everything, fucking with my trial.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, like, you did what you had to do in your situation right there, but I feel like there's still got to be like a level of trauma associated with taking 2 people's lives. Like, did you have any kind of like weird psychological shit going on after that?
So check this out. Like, this, nobody will never, he ain't even ever heard this. So boom. So when I beat my murders, right, instantly my attorney was something awesome, right? So he had me, you know what I'm saying, like I used to like kind of like always see these niggas in my dream, like, God damn, like it used to be blowing me, like, God damn, they was always around, you know what I'm saying, like always popping up, because the one that was the passenger, the driver really brought him on, so if I ever felt any remorse, it'd be for him, because it's like, don't let your friends just mislead your ass, you know what I'm saying, because you wasn't even from around, you don't know what's going on, you just got a gun and think you about to get some money, you think you about to kill, you know what I'm saying, then you did, you know what I'm saying, so it's like, I don't know, you know. Did
it just go away after a while? You're chilling now?
What?
In terms of like feeling any kind of guilt?
That was I don't feel no guilt. Hell no. I'm done with it. God and already, you know what I'm saying? He keep blessing me to let me know.
How often do you was it a big decision for you to talk about it publicly?
No.
Or was it just whatever?
I really just I never gave a fuck about talking about it, you know what I'm saying? My shit public record. My shit was in the law library because, mind you what I'm telling you, I shot them in the back of their heads. So you really can't claim self-defense if you shoot somebody in the back of their temple. You can get voluntary manslaughter, but it's circumstantial shit. It's different shit. You see what I'm saying? It's the way I told you how they got shot in their head.
And you didn't have to worry about his homies coming to get you or none?
Bro, no, bro.
Didn't happen like that?
Hell no, because now what's going on? Now we super beefed up now because that just happened. Like, shit, I'm in the county, I'm decent, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm a nigga that's going to the store for $120 a week. like the people know in the county, you only can spend $60 a week. I get $120 because my people was plugged with the people from Keef, the people that bring the food. So I do 2 food slips. After 98, you couldn't get gym shoes in the county. I was still getting gym shoes in the county because my auntie was married to a white shirt, a lieutenant in Division 11. So he'd bring me in fresh ones every month. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little different. Jail was a little different for me. It wasn't no hard tasks. And I had slots and all that stuff. Like I was decent. I had the Stones, the BDs, Lil, like we all be cool on the deck. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had too many problems. Damn. Out of 2 years of me, and mind you, I'm on the deck. I'm in Division 11. Anybody know Chicago? Division 11 between 98 and 2000. Wildest spot in the county. School wing. We got the school wing right here. It's PC across from us, the food deck, and the barber deck. So we got hella motion in the jail. We sending shit. We doing shit. We getting money. We got weed. We doing everything on the school deck.
Wow.
So it's like, and we unruly because the old niggas that want us to follow all the rules as far as our gangs is that we ain't kind of on that at this time. We kind of like, man, we over here. We got to live. Everybody on our deck has murders. Nobody drama is more, ain't like, oh yeah, Big Folks, you got double murder. Yeah, but fam, they have 4 bodies he buried in the backyard and like, it's like that. Like we on the deck, 48 niggas on the deck. Everybody got 9 ones. That's murder.
I always feel like when I hear about Chicago that nobody ever disposes of the bodies. It's always just people just get killed and they just leave them there.
I was on the deck with some Latin folks, some SD, Saint Disciples, and one of them was in jail when they had 4 bodies buried in his backyard.
Wow.
Yeah. And his daddy was already one of those motherfuckers was tatted up on his head that was doing 1,000,000 years, and he was kind of happy he was going to do a life, and like they was like that.
Really?
I know people like that. Like they was happy, proud about it. Like, hell yeah, killed 4 Latin kings and buried them in my backyard. And yeah, I'm going to see my pops. And they was like, I Latinos like that.
Wow. Let me ask you this. How did you guys feel about the King Von documentary? And were you aware of his street rap before he got killed?
Yeah, I was. You'll hear little shit about him, but it was other little ones that you'll hear about way more than Von, though.
Like who?
Like
Melly?
maybe, yeah, little 051 Melly.
Because now it's easy to find out about all these famous killers from Chicago.
Yeah,
There's such
like I'm saying, as far as the BDs and that rap shit, like who was like, it was a couple more of them little shorties, like the little one that he used to hang out with, his little best friend that used to be, I forget his little name, T. Roy and all them.
Okay, yeah.
You'll hear about them, like really, really getting, you know what I'm saying? They was active.
Right.
Vaughn had a name, you know what I'm saying? But not like how they described it, like he was a serial killer though.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Well, that's clickbait that Trap Lord Ross was using to make people click on the shit.
Fucking serial killer. He couldn't be responsible for 11 bodies. He could know about 100 bodies, like me. You know what I'm saying? We from Chicago. We know motherfuckers that kill shit. We know about shit. You know what I'm saying? So he could know about it, not to even be involved. So he could rap about it, right? So he's like, well, how could he rap so clearly about this shit? Like he was there. Maybe the person that did it told him about it.
It could definitely be a lot of that. Yeah, and like he's tweeting like an hour after something happens. It's like, well,
maybe the hitters from O Block
right?
that really get busy come over there and tell him like, yeah, motherfucker, ooh, this happened. And he go upstairs and he can make a rap about it.
That's one thing I've learned from watching so many of these Chicago videos is that all of the dudes who are famous for rapping, for the most part, nobody seems to think that they really had bodies like that, besides Vaughn. I'm not going to say none, but like all the guys who have reputations for being savages, the overall impression is not that they killed a bunch of people. They were the dudes out the crew that rapped, for the most part.
No, that's true. Vaughn probably would be the first one to have that type of reputation.
Right.
No, that's real.
Interesting.
No, Vaughn, definitely. Out of Chicago.
What was these snitching allegations that people were trying to put on you at one point?
That came from the same person that
that was
came up with the
thing too? Okay.
the rumors.
Did you peep that shit though? How 1090 Jake bust that down? See, this is why I was kind of getting weird with everybody because it's like, bro, if you a podcast host, Adam, and you interviewing us and we talking shit about 16, like, yeah, 16, the feds, and that nigga got me locked, and I say he got me locked up and this and that. You almost believe me, like, damn, you just Cody, right?
Right. That's what I like about somebody like 1090 Jake, because he'll actually do the legwork to find out the shit's real.
Why Kevo ain't never really outed these people and this and that? Maybe because it's ongoing investigations. You can't fuck with the feds ongoing investigations if they got somebody out here working. It don't matter if you know about it or not.
Yeah.
You can't go publicly tell about it because now you just made yourself a part of it.
So this is the thing. This is why I say, like, bro, anytime, if you want to make a podcast powerful, this is why we about to make our podcast, because you have to have elite people on your podcast, like real people that know real information.
Homework, real info.
Not somebody that's going to go get FBI agents to go against this person, to make up lies on this person, just
because I want to know how you feel about that.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel?
The two people that 16 interviewed about this snitch allegation that you asked Kevo about, they were two informants, federal informants. Did you know that?
About that?
And did you also know they're not on the streets anymore?
I watched it and I remember just thinking like, I would not have done this interview because it just doesn't seem like it's well qualified enough.
Okay, so by you seeing that, as a credible journalist, as a credible podcaster, interviewer, how do you feel about those type of people who do that type of stuff?
And it can like really turn in our day and age, like damn, like you're right.
Like can just lie, like I can just lie on you, Adam. Like about
like I'm on his case though, bro. I'm on his case and woo woo, and he told on me. Like what's harder than that?
And it took
16 thought.
I'll put it in perspective. I did an interview with someone a couple of years ago, and they called someone a snitch in the middle of the interview, and it's not somebody who had been like publicly called a snitch. And this is LA shit. Everybody in LA. And I immediately realized as soon as he said it that this is something that would potentially get someone killed. At the very least, completely smear somebody's name. So we just took it out because I didn't feel like it was fair to let someone just call somebody a snitch, especially like a real street dude.
Like
with no paperwork, no proof. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying though.
So 16 decided to do that and try to go hard with it, but it bit him in his ass though. But see, he ducks all the smoke, so he don't really want to talk about real shit. Like 16, why did you interview two federal informants and try to push the narrative that Kevo was a rat? And then when the shit popped up and they say, no, those guys are two federal informants that's currently was working.
Trying to get swept under the rug.
What happened to the interviews after that? Why you ain't interview him and ask him, 16, why the fuck is you interviewing federal informants and pushing the narrative so hard without any information? Exactly. Or did you really know about it?
If you do a podcast and you interview primarily like famous people's ops or like, famous people's baby mamas, you might be able to go viral in the short term, but it's going to fuck up the credibility of your platform.
What's going to happen is, this is the thing about it. If you are up and coming, because you're not there yet, you don't have a lot of money, you barely drive that little old gold Lincoln, all that. Like you have to get money, you have to get to where you need to get to first.
I ain't gonna fucking lie. Without you, 16 would not be shit. Those little pussy ass interviews he did on them boys, don't nobody give a fuck. Cairo ain't no fucking celebrity or nothing like that enough to where it's like, oh, the interview with Cairo. Those are viral moments. You need to explain to him how hard it is to keep.
It's hard to replicate that over and over. Because I know he had like a crazy month that month, made a shitload of money, but then it's like, how do you replicate that? Then he called you needing
$100. I know.
$100.
Yeah, fucked up like that type of shit. He fucked up.
This all I'm basically trying to say. It's just like I get it with people trying to help people do whatever they got to do, but at the same time, if you're trying to grow and this person like me,
I'm gonna give you one up though. If you really want the respect from Chicago, you got to start a little bit doing a little bit more research. Giving us a little bit more respect and research, because you will interview the same couple people and they narrative is almost the word. It's like, well, wow. Like FBJ, man, like, man, I'm older than them. I'm a manager. I want to see all their ass win. Every last one of them that's trying to do something. Like FBJ, man, all that little funny shit and all that, that's cool and this and that, but I just don't want to see him get himself killed playing with them, because he's just playing.
But he's out the city too.
Out the city don't mean nothing.
Yeah, bro.
Well, it takes a lot more work to get somebody killed when they're.
I mean, we everywhere, Adam.
Really,
nigga. I'm more out here in LA than I am in Chicago. And I'm not saying me personally. I'm saying I got more reach in LA than I do in Chicago, and I got all the reach in the world in Chicago. But in LA, it's the same. It's like I'm at home. I could be in Capanella's right now, then I'll shoot over to Compton to hang out. You know what I'm saying? I'll go hang out with my essays from Sinaloa.
This is another thing, Adam. I just don't want this. This what I don't want. I just don't want when everybody else is chasing viral moments, right? And then let's say if it's our turn or somebody else's turn. I hate when people say, "Oh, that ain't fair. Why did they do this to them?" And why do people do that? Like if you talking shit or you playing and you chasing it, and you finally get your ass caught up with it, and they putting dildos in you and putting hot oil on you and all this weird shit. You know what I mean?
That's what they do when they're catching up.
Yeah, man, the worst. You get listen. You should stay hiding, because like if you get caught, they try to do the worst. Like how you try to chase it, they're gonna chase it back. It don't go nowhere. From Chicago, it don't go nowhere.
Chicago so dangerous.
I don't care if 3-4 years pass, they gonna catch you.
They know motherfuckers got them bags out of bullshit about nothing. Boy, your ass ain't helping nobody get no money. You can't nobody call and say, man, I need 20,000. So the people that they can do that to, who you think better be more careful?
Or you want a favor or a long text message. Like, man,
bro. Or you want motherfucker like, well, you need to hold 20 real quick, come get it.
You know, you need a nice
like,
car, you need a nice chain, you need a business. It's stuff like that. You gotta be careful when you play with people.
You gotta keep him out your crib because motherfuckers know like he try to act like he got a place downtown, but we know it's Gabby house. You see what I'm saying? So it's just real weird. Like he has to be very selective and careful playing in Chicago. He couldn't afford to stay out here with y'all. You didn't give him the job. Remember, you was gonna give him.
Well, I never thought about giving him a job. He never wanted a job.
He told the world that he was getting on no jumper. I told him he wasn't.
We ever had a conversation about that. Because when I met him, he was very focused on building his own platform.
Yeah, but he told the world that he was going to be a host on No Jumper.
Really?
You missed that? You missed a lot of shit with him, like where he tried to act like you got his back and you gonna get behind him or something like that.
There's so much shit going on. It's easy to forget shit. But I mean, I do remember having the conversation with him, and he was telling me like that he was about to move out here and start doing all this content. And I didn't really think about it that much at the time, but I was also like, if you're gonna be an interviewer, you should try to be the best interviewer from your city. Because if you move out to LA, all of a sudden you're competing with me, Vlad, Bootleg Kev, a bunch of radio stations.
You lost already.
It's very, very hard to get in there.
You're fucked.
You know, and especially in the world we live in now, where anybody is trying to get paid for interviews and all this shit.
But you know the difference is, Adam, you're not sitting on live and you're not sitting on your platforms talking shit, trying to do devious shit like to people with the sack like that. Especially because you know you doing this. We sitting like this. Don't you comfortably, if I'm black, I want to comfortably sit and interview people without people backdooring me.
Right. I mean, I'm very careful about what I talk about in terms of
you
LA for sure.
But I'm saying see, you're smart. Everybody's not smart. I'm paying attention to what he got going on and I'm just like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird though. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he's a pointless person to even be talking about, to be honest, but that's what that came from.
This right here is what he want. You give him kind of a little clout for no reason type shit. Like, oh, I'm done talking about him. He ain't got to worry about
pointless.
Well, I wish the best for him.
I'm into it with Charleston White and Dewberry right now.
Charleston White getting 10,000 from interview platforms left and right, I found out.
Yeah,
I tried to get him to do an interview back in the day. Maybe that was my problem, is I didn't offer him money.
Man, fuck his little broke ass. That's some broke, cheap ass. Country Texas cock ring Charlie shit he on, man.
I mean,
because guess what? When the content run out, when he get born to the world, because you know shit play out unless you can really stay straight. Not to say that he gonna fall off or nothing like that. I don't wish him none of that. But just say because I be watching numbers. I'm a numbers person. His numbers on the decline. Like his numbers when he first was going to say cheese. I went on Say Cheese and did more numbers than he did. And he a regular on Say Cheese.
Just Say Cheese clips don't go crazy anymore? That's interesting.
They go crazy. But when you watching the numbers, they going down.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Also, it's about a new face.
Yeah,
people want to see new. People want to. They're just like if somebody study seeing you chase clout, then they knowing that it's not. They like, oh man, he just chasing clout again.
They know he really ain't calling the police.
It's not the same.
He got Brick Baby locked up the other day, but then my DMs talking about, man, ain't nobody really call Brick Baby, man. Ain't nobody got him locked up.
Right.
Like I don't understand. I get it what he is. He was saying comedian this and that.
Yeah.
But then he bringing Dewberry along, the nigga that been in jail for 18 years, and you know that was fucking. Well, there's a room in Texas that he fucked Charleston White in the little boy's home, and they've been attached for 30 years ever since type shit.
Yeah, you know, Cock Green Charlie. He came out with a cock ring. You know that, right?
You know, yeah, he actually came out with the cock ring. It's called the Charlie. And then since I helped him with that business venture, I helped him with another one. And on Flakko shit, but Flakko never put it out. We was gonna have Dewberry do the Dewberry.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the butt plug.
So Charleston got the cock rings, and then Dewberry got.
And they should come on your show and fucking try to promote it since you got Plug talking all that in the sex world. They might need to come on here and promote it.
I'll gladly accept an endorsement deal.
Yeah, because
someone wants me to rock their cock ring. I never rocked a cock ring. Never done that. I always wondered what it was like.
Yeah,
you got to ask Cock Ring Charlie. He the only nigga I know that still rocking cock rings. It's like some 1970 porn shit.
Yeah, I never really got it.
Yeah, he's still on.
Like, what is going to be better about fucking if I have like a real tight ring at the bottom of my dick?
That's the same thing.
I feel like it would make me nut faster.
Up or something.
Or maybe it would make my dick just not get hard.
Maybe he just want to look like he or something.
Because he did say on Say Cheese, I just seen him the other day, this morning, matter of fact, talking about his dick really ain't that big and this and that. And well, we know that, you know what I'm saying? You jerking off your like a little boy. I was like, what little kid? I'm like, I thought it was some child pornography shit somebody sent to my phone. Like, what was this?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, okay, my perspective on the content thing is that it's like there's certain people who will go viral for a short period of time off just being ridiculous or fried or just saying the craziest shit possible. But when you look at dudes who actually have long careers, they're usually people who are able to have intelligent conversations, bring interesting perspectives to the forefront. When I look at somebody like Academics got on from basically being like one of the only people who was willing to cover crazy ass shit that was happening in Chicago or even in the mainstream rap world and stuff like that. But in the long run, what makes Academics a success? It's the fact that he does more research than most people. You feel like you can actually trust him when you watch a video that he's going to actually have an informed perspective. If I see a 10-minute video from Academics pop up on my shit and it's about YNW Melly, I assume that I'm going to get a very informed perspective on YNW Melly, and I don't have that same assumption about a lot of other people that I'm subscribed to on YouTube. And building up that brand over time, you know, that's what I aspire to. I want people to know that when they click on something that it's really like a worthwhile conversation.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was telling. We lead back to that situation. Being a credible Academics is credible. You know what I mean?
And people act like he's not, but he actually cares more about getting shit right than the vast majority of platforms.
Bro. He breaks it down. He goes here, he goes there, he goes here, he goes there. He's like, then when I watch somebody else and I'm like, why are they interviewing this person? This person, they lied on this, lied on that, clout chasing this, clout chasing that. So that's when I'm just like, this dude would never make it. I can honestly say that with confidence.
I remember watching a video of Act talking about how much time Tax Stone was going to get a few months back or 6 months back. And he was like talking about it as if he either had really spent time studying the law or
I think
he had really like had a conversation with a lawyer about how much time he was going to get. Act was predicting he was going to get 9 to 10 years, something like that. He actually ended up getting 35. And I was kind of amazed by that just because that number seems so high. Well, I guess for a murder, it's not that crazy, especially in the middle of fucking Times Square. But, you know, like stuff like that actually and it makes me feel like, damn, I got to work hard. I got to step it up because I don't do the news as intently as he does. I'm not talking to lawyers.
You just get a research team.
More of an interviewer. Yeah. But like, you know, that taking the care to have like a real perspective like that is super important.
No, it is. It sets the difference between him and other people.
Yeah. And if you want to survive in the long run, that shit's super fucking important. Like, I mean, I clicked on a Joe Budden clip the other day because I like his podcast, and I heard him talking about the Home Depot girl. You seen the girl who went viral?
Yeah.
And Joe had the story totally wrong. He's like, starts talking about it, and he's like, turns out this bitch never even worked at Home Depot. And everybody else on the podcast was like, that's not true. What the fuck are you talking about, Joe? Like, he fucked the story up. Like, because I think she stopped working there right after that came out because people were harassing her.
Yeah.
And that's the real version of the story, but for some reason, Joe had fucked up. Now, if Joe were to do that on every clip that I clicked on, then all of a sudden I'm not going to give a fuck about his perspective anymore because it doesn't seem like he cares about the truth, you know? But like, you're allowed to fuck up here and there if it seems like. And actually, he did the right thing where he sort of pedaled backwards and was like, okay, maybe I got it wrong. You know, he was willing to admit that he might have made a mistake, which is probably a good thing, you know?
Yeah, that's hard.
I don't know. But
this podcasting real crazy though, but we about to jump in there. We gonna have fun with this shit though.
Well, because I remember when I first started doing this shit that there was a situation where Max O'Cream, who I ended up interviewing and stuff after that, who's a great guy, he got caught up for like a crazy federal mail fraud case where they were shipping thousands of Xanax and straps and all kinds of fucked up shit. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but I made a video about Max O'Cream getting popped for that shit. And I remember just getting like 600,000 views. This is when I was still doing interviews, getting like 10, 20,000 views, interviewing underground rappers. I got 600,000 off just talking about Max O'Cream getting a Fed case or whatever that I believe he ended up beating. But at that time, you really could be a random fucking person and make a video about a viral topic and have it go crazy. It is not like that anymore. Because if Max O'Cream gets a Fed case right now, every YouTuber from me to Academics or Joe Budden, whoever, everybody gonna have a clip about it. And it's like the kids are not stupid. The fans are not stupid. They actually care about what they're clicking on, and they're only clicking on something if it seems like it has unique value.
Yeah, if it got value. That's why in my world, I'm only going to go to Academics, No Jumper, Sean Cotton. Outside of them, as far as the coaching and the hip-hop world, I'm not really going to go outside of that.
Shout out my boy Vlad.
Yeah.
I mean, Vlad too. Vlad is like, Vlad too.
Vlad got it.
Vlad too. He like really a legend in it though, or past y'all.
He just hit 50.
Yeah, he been in this shit.
Because to me, this is the time period between like 40 and 50 is kind of like when you're gonna fall off as a hip hop commentator. Not that Vlad is on his way to falling off. I'm sure he's gonna make it to 60. But most of the people who are relevant in terms of talking about rap on the internet are in their mid 40s. which is kind of crazy because you'd think that it would be a little bit more of a young man's game, but it hasn't really happened that way.
Because you got to have some historical facts. You got to know some shit. The young people, they live in it, so they don't. You got to have a motherfucker that know some shit.
I don't really want to hear you talk about rap that much if you don't know about.
That's how I feel about Chicago. When y'all interview people from Chicago, y'all not getting nowhere near close to the real Chicago story.
And I would be such
y'all getting 63rd and O Block story.
I would be such a better hip hop interviewer from like just a Chicago specific point of view if I had really been immersed in it for all these years. And as time goes by, bro, if I go watch an interview clip from me from 2016. It's like embarrassing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that I did that. I remember I did
when you had the ball head.
I did a Tato interview that never got released, and I was just like being an idiot, just being like, so how do you feel about all these like rappers that are popping off in Chicago right now? And I named Duck, and he's just like, who? I don't know him. Who the hell is it? Like, he was super pissed, like that I would even say it. But I was so green to like what was going on that I didn't even know that I'm naming off as like mortal op right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Felt like a fucking dummy. Luckily, it never came out. It probably would have been a classic moment.
Yeah, rest in peace, Duck, though, because on the GD side, he definitely was there for us. He was on his way.
Duck was a legend.
Yeah, shout out to rest in peace, Duck.
That's a fact. What's your beef with Ant Glizzy?
Well, to be honest, I really don't got no beef with Ant Glizzy. He like a nobody. I was just really just trolling him back on Say Cheese because he kept mentioning my name and shit on Say Cheese. But as far as Ant Glizzy, he like a Shaq Glizzy clone. It's like a wannabe Shaq Glizzy type dude. And I seen him get knocked out by David Ruffin?
David Ruffin, the Temptation nigga.
Yeah, the Temptation nigga. So when I seen him get knocked out in the ring, have you seen the clip of him get knocked out?
Oh,
with the ass in the air?
So
I did see that.
So when he got knocked out, it's like, you know, if you shoot somebody, right, like twice, basically you fall down and then motherfuckers got to pick you up. So two people picking him up. I thought he got, because you know it's DC. DC get a little wild, you feel me? I thought a motherfucker shot in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Like shot in the ring, the way, you know, they picked him up and he sat on a chair. And I'm just like, damn, did he have like a side bet or something? Because motherfuckers was talking about he had a side bet, talking about Big Swole Pump.
Man, Ant Glizzy, all good, man. Shout out to DC, Ant Glizzy. Only beef I got with Ant Glizzy right now is that paper thin ass chain and charm that he's wearing right now is pissing me the fuck off.
Me too.
Wow.
Did you see that chain he hit on?
I'm not sure.
Go watch the new Say Cheese that he just dropped. I'm going to give him one. Please go watch Silly Ass Barber Son. With the retarded mama, her son is showing signs of the same thing that's wrong with her.
Right.
Slow shit. He has a chain on that looks like it will fly away if I said,
So
literally.
I was supposed to do an Ant Glizzy interview at one point. I'm not sure what the status of that is, but what would you want me to ask him?
Ask
Where
him
did he
about
get that
damn
fucking
chain.
The charm. Like, why would he do that?
So look,
then the fake two watches and
this what I want you
ask
to
him
show
what's
him.
wrong with him. Do you need some help?
This what when he comes in, please says, can you bring this in?
I also asked him who's the girl that was twerking on top of his head when he was knocked
can
out.
He bring his appraisal in? Go ahead and hold it, Adam. And look exactly, say, when you come, can you bring your appraisal for your chain? Because you see how much this chain costs, right? Just for the charm?
Right.
Okay, tell him to bring his appraisal in. Because I don't know where the hell he got that from. It's like I
they
made
got a
it.
white sheet of paper and put the glitter on
I'm
it
telling
and cut
you,
it out.
it's almost, it looks like a
your
glitter
daughter
chain.
made that shit. And like, here, Dad, wear it to work. And he's just like, damn, I got to wear this to work today.
Bro, you should have.
I look forward to that day.
You got to see it. It's fucked. He better not wear it here. You see how my shit busting.
He better not wear that shit out here.
You not gonna see no
Matter
shine
of
to
fact,
it or
Adam,
nothing.
you tell him I said this. Big Folks said, I'm going to interview you, but you're not allowed to bring that chain to L.A. It's disrespectful to all the robbers that like to rob for real jewelry.
I'm not going to give him
Don't
any
fucking
chain
play with us.
stipulations, but maybe if it's impressive, I might have to.
But the funny thing about Ant Glizzy like a fake comedian. So basically what he doing, he basically trying to get on off the internet. You know, he named himself Ant Glizzy because of Shaq Glizzy, I guess. They both from DC or whatever, and you know I only know him because he did a few interviews on Say Cheese or
That's
whatever.
how I know him because he did an interview and said something about Kevo, and I couldn't stop to look that he had on the OPP jacket, you know, like the Naughty by Nature.
Really?
And he had hella white lint all up. I'm like, who is this little dust bucket DC bitch ass nigga that Sean Conn interviewed talking about some damn Kevo
You
shit?
got to give it to Sean Conn though. He's good at finding people
No, I
who are
love Sean
basically
Conn.
like
Sean Conn is
random
cold.
dudes with like tiny YouTube channels and then getting millions
Turn
of
them the
views
fuck
off
up.
that. I'm impressed.
No, for
Sean
sure,
Conn
for sure.
the fucking man when it comes to that.
For
You
sure.
better believe it.
So I started fucking with Ant Glizzy on that, just talking shit. But this the funny part. Ant Glizzy, this I want to tell Ant Glizzy this, like, bro, if you just got knocked out with your ass in the air, bro, why would you be still trying to fight people?
Get your booty hole out the air before you try to fight again.
He's basically saying like, I'll fight Bandman Kevo because this and that and his muscles and that. It's like, bro, you just got knocked out. You would have to pay me $150,000 to
I seen
fight
him say
me.
he wanted to fight Charleston White now. Some shit Sean Khan was saying, and I hate to say this, but I'll put $100,000 on Cockring Charlie over Ant Glizzy because
That says a lot.
Ant Glizzy, you got to go watch that fight. That was a disgrace to street niggas, DC niggas, his brother, his retarded ass mother. It was just a disgrace to Shy Glizzy, any Glizzy gang nigga, Fat
Well, he hates Shy
Trail.
Glizzy now, right?
It was just disrespect to all of them for even knowing him, G.
No,
just go watch that fight, please.
I guess they said he snitched on Shy Glizzy.
Yeah,
folks.
he snitched, dry snitched on Shy Glizzy about some shit before. Just a bunch of bitch ass. Like his reputation is bitch, but he's a little comedian now, which I like all the new content creators. I really rather see motherfuckers do that than try to get out here in these streets and lose their lives and shit. I'd rather see that.
I'm gonna be honest and tell you, he's just one of them type of people that's gonna get on your show and say anything and everything to try to make the video go viral. He gonna say, yeah, Kevo a snitch, or Kevo this and Kevo that. Kevo got a BBL. He's like a comedian, joking type person. But
as long as he bring that chain, he don't want to say shit.
Long as the facts is in, it's like it kills his whole thing because he's a nobody, but he's trying to become a somebody.
I mean, no offense to like him or J-Mane, but like that is the new type coming out of Chicago. The world can only tolerate so many drill rappers. At some point, some of them got to shift to like doing comedians.
No, they gotta be comedians.
I got love for King Yella, but he became a YouTuber, you know?
Yeah.
And then, but you're Dirk saying he started a channel trying to get some veneers. that slayed me. I didn't even realize it was about Yella at first. I thought it was just about anybody.
Give us this over all our shorties, BDs, GDs, whatever. They are funny as fuck.
Oh, they're a lot funnier.
They like the fun, like we the funniest niggas in the world, really.
Yeah, but the good rappers and the killers are usually too quiet. They're not funny.
I mean, you never know. It might where we come from. The fucking killers be funny than a motherfucker.
They do.
Yeah, you got more.
Yeah, they do.
experience than me.
They be funny than a motherfucker.
But when you look at like the first wave of Chicago rappers and stuff, not really that funny.
What's their new?
No.
Yeah, okay, but I'm talking about drill.
No, they
drill,
basically.
yeah.
You know,
it's-
Sosa
it's-
is
it's-
like, I mean, he might be kind of funny from time to time, but he's not like a funny
It's
guy.
because
No,
that they
Sosa
don't.
is funny. When I used to take Lil Mouse to his crib and all that, he is.
That's all they
funny.
do is crack
He's
jokes.
just secluded. He's just to his little group of friends and this and that.
He's a mumbler too. It's kind of hard to
he
pick
ain't
out what
really-
he's saying.
he on some Sosa shit.
Yeah.
We done been up to his crib on plenty of occasions, like when Boss Top went up there with them guns and made all them jump out of windows and.
Wait a minute. Let's hear this
Brandon,
story.
my-
Oh man, because we always hear about the Boss Top O Block. Like
No, they really
why it might
did
not be
that.
fucking with each other,
They
right?
really went in there and did that
but
shit.
Tell me what happened, since
Now,
nobody else
imagine
wants
my
to tell
nigga,
the
shout out
story.
my nigga Shorty 6, I got to say him because that's how we really know Chief Keef from drawing them like personally. While I was in their crib, because my nigga is GD, but he was over there kind of like protecting them away from them BDs that was trying to like extort them or do whatever they was trying to do to
So
him.
Boss Top pulled up to Chief Keef's spot.
To his
when?
house.
About what?
Nigga about some money that he ain't come with for what had happened. They had asked him for, it was all on the internet. They had asked him for some money to bond somebody out. I ain't gonna say who or whatever, but from
Dirk.
O Block. I ain't gonna say who it was.
Well,
I don't know.
that was-
I don't
and
think
then
it was. I don't think it was Dirk. I don't think it was Dirk.
Oh, well, there was that. No, okay, yeah, I'm thinking about
no, it wasn't Dirk. It was.
okay.
It was one of them over the O Block.
Oh
or some
no,
shit.
no, no! Like, Sosa was supposed. Dirk thought that Sosa was going to
wasn't no
bail him out
rapper
at one
nigga.
point.
It wasn't no rapper
But
nigga.
then Dirk denied even knowing about that rumor on the Academics interview, which I thought was really interesting because
Yeah,
there's
'cause he
literally
probably don't
videos
wanna
with
talk
like
about
a
this shit.
million views about that. Now he's probably lying, but for me, if somebody makes a video with 1 million views about something with me, I'm gonna fucking see it. Probably like
Them
the day
boys
it comes
jumping
out.
out of windows. They made the white boy Brandon that was managing him at the time. That still be on shout out my white boy Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Be with Sosa and shit. Man, nigga jumped out the window. He called us. You know what I'm saying? What else could he do? He like, man, it's all these BD. They came in there with hella 30s and got him. They trying to take his chain. They trying to do this and that. And, you know, it was crazy.
Wow.
We shot up there for him or whatever. But, you know, by the time they already had this shit, that was a wild night that night. Sosa lived in the motherfucking white people neighborhood with a big ass crib, big noticeable ass crib, and them niggas was up there acting like they was still in O Block some shit.
Jesus Christ.
Wild as hell. Wild
insane.
as hell.
So let me ask you this: how's the OnlyFans business going for you? You giving like financial advice and that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
It's
the
still turned up.
OnlyFans good, bro. Like I said, like I get a lot of money off mentorships. You know what I'm saying? The OnlyFans people still subscribing. Like I said, I got the new ERC wave on there that you know, I'm telling people how to like really do it the right way. Even though people is doing it illegal, but you know, a lot of people still subscribing. So I mean, it's been going great, as you see. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still elevating and stuff like that. But as far as me Bro, he been doing a lot of management. You know what I'm saying? He been locking in on the management and stuff like that.
Who
going
else
crazy.
you got now? Poetik Flakko and Bandman Kevo?
I got, I've been helping Flakko.
You really like his manager?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like on some other shit, but it's just like people like Flakko and Kevo, they pretty much got their own shit. But when it comes to certain shit, they need to call or assistance with something that, you know what I'm saying? But then I also manage Miss Natural. She on Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Okay.
You gotta watch out for her. She about to be a superstar over there on Zeus. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of rappers. I got a rapper from the DMV. So all the people from DC that hate me, because I got into it with all the DC people over Ant Glizzy and shit.
Who you got from the DMV?
My boy Primetime Buddha. He a new artist coming out. He got something big coming with Shaq Glizzy real soon. So
okay.
Hey, Shaq Glizzy and them, they been my homies since goddamn it, for at least since 2010 or some shit.
So you're clicked up with Shaq Glizzy, even though you don't.
I've been knowing him for a decade.
And that explains partially why you don't like Ant Glizzy?
No, it's just that I didn't even know who he was until I seen him with the OPP code on with the link.
No,
talking about Kevin.
No,
That's the first time I seen him.
And Glizzy was a person that was trying to capitalize off of me, off like my name, because he like damn Kevo trending like every time he drops something and shit up. So mention his name.
It's a numbers game, you know that. You got to mention the motherfucker who getting the views if it's boosty.
So
if it's
basically,
Kevo's,
it worked the type shit. You know what I'm saying? And you just. Then I started noticing how dirty the nigga was. I'm just like, is he serious? Like, but I get it though, so I'm not mad. But it was so funny seeing his ass get knocked out with his ass in the air, and you know what I mean.
That's the danger of taking a boxing match. Is that everybody who hates you is gonna have the best time of their life.
It's like you study calling people out.
What's supposed to happen?
Imagine if you fought Kevo, right? And it's as much as I don't care what people say about all his muscles and this and that. I be in the gym all the time and you try me.
I'm like, you're either on steroids or you're working your ass off.
I'm telling you, listen, people be like, man, you don't have to show nothing. You want people to think this, and this. But if I get in the ring, beat his ass, you might as well get off the internet forever.
Right.
Because it's like I'm too slow,
they're gonna say you spend so much money on trainers.
This is what they're gonna say. Man, them fake muscles, they hurt, but I mean, I got 20K for it. No, nigga, you got your ass beat, and I'm gonna be saying shit like you got raped in the ring. I'm gonna be saying the weirdest shit to him.
Glizzy
spit on his butthole. Chicago style.
No, listen.
No?
I'm gonna have a mic after I knock him out and his ass be in the air. I'm gonna just be talking all types of shit, and I'm like, bro, bring the oil.
Or be like DC did him, how the strippers just shake their ass all on his head while he knocked the fuck out.
Like,
hit him with the Glock Dookie.
Bro, I want to do the worst. I want the worst shit to happen because the type of comedian he is like you try to be funny. I wish the David Ruffin nigga would have did him worse.
Like they stuck a thumb up his ass when they was picking his ass up by the little shorts.
Man,
the shorts went so far up his ass like he had a thong on.
I wish this was like a live thing where you can go to the video while we talking and it could just play and you could just how he got carried and he sat in the chair and threw up like a little hoe.
Yeah,
how did you?
Wow.
Yeah, he threw up.
I only saw like a 10-second
Man,
version of this on Twitter one day. I gotta check the whole thing.
Then got home, thought of a crazy plan like, well, shit, it's 20K. I don't care to get knocked off for 20K. Yeah. Like, man, get your ass out of here. Your career over with.
20K.
then the next interview, he came on there with these non-shiny ass watches with this big, crazy, weird ass fake chain. I'm just like, man, come on.
I'm disappointed.
When he get on your show, Adam, please tell him to show you.
He was talking some shit. He was talking some shit like, oh man, Big Folks, someone had on the OPP code. I got jewelry. I got this. So his new interview, he busted jewelry out, and that was the jewelry that he fucking
shit made my head hurt, bro.
I am so disappointed in DC and Ant Glizzy that's what they are raising out there.
Wow.
Paper thin chain wearers.
That was a gas station chain, bro.
Ant Glizzy, hit me up. We gotta get an interview after.
Yeah,
please hit him up, barber son. Please.
Because you guys are gonna be the first ones to watch it.
Man,
I'll send you an advance copy.
So thank us later, Ant Glizzy. You feel me? We're going to get you an interview so you can go in here and try to be as funny as possible. And, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, Sean Cotton is releasing an interview with him right now. So
Yeah.
He just dropped one this morning before I got on the plane.
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't get to watch it yet.
I said, God damn, here we go. Even he dropped one with Charleston White. He called me Titty Folks because, I lost the weight.
Watch the chain.
He's saying I need to get a light.
Look at the little fake gas station chain when you watch it, please. You're going to understand what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna keep
it's supposed to be emeralds. These are emeralds, but I don't know what the hell that in his GQ. What? I don't even know what that stands for. It's like somebody else's gas station chain.
I think he just trolling. Maybe he tried like crack a joke type shit. Like
I don't know. I mean, you got to say something after you get beat up, right? That's why I'm trying to avoid that.
You get beat up, then you go put on some paper thin shit.
Shit, yeah, you got flex.
Also, listen to this. this is for any boxer. If you are trying to get in the ring with somebody, you at least need 4 months of good training. You have to do a lot of like me, I do a 60 minutes a day on a treadmill, incline, sometimes I jog, and you have to work out. Don't get in there thinking that you're going to drink, smoke, and do this and do that, and get in the ring and playing with somebody who is very, like that. And just because you don't see them working out as much, you think that they not like that. Then you get your ass punished. And now I'm already super disrespectful. So if I knock him out, I'm never gonna stop talking about it. He gonna hate me.
Well, Crib Mac told us that in LA County Jail now they'll try to knock you out and then put a jalapeno in your ass.
They probably did. That's what I think they did.
We'll knock his ass out and put an ice cream sandwich in his ass.
I'm telling you, I have somebody else do it. I have somebody else do it. Like, man,
I want to touch a booty.
He had his ass perked in the air like how the girls get hit from the back. Like he had his ass in the air like that.
No, they said he got his ass ate. They said it was a side bet when he lost it. Like, listen, bro, if motherfucker knock you out, you got to get your ass
right on your knees and getting your ass ate
by a big punk from DC.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I have to shit so bad right now, and I just ran out of questions too. So it's probably a good time. I was gonna try to keep it in the tank for another 10, 20 minutes.
He
But
just drank that coffee.
yo, yeah, that might have done it. Yo, thank you guys so much for coming through. It was a great interview. Anybody who was offended by this interview, it was them. It wasn't me.
And it's
Don't blame me.
We offended you, and so what?
I'll be happy to have you on if you want to respond, et cetera, et cetera.
You did.
Ant Glizzy, we're gonna help you get some new jewelry, G. Reach out.
Big folks, Bandman Kevin, Kevo.
You did.
Much love. Gang.